You ready to be a part of it?
I'm definitely ready.
I'm definitely fucking ready, baby. Let's do it. Three, two, one. What is good, my friends, and welcome back to the official Flash Brothers podcast. Today marks Season 3, officially episode 37, the maiden voyage, if you will, and we are recording Tuesday, May 7th. Crazy. We took a week off because of like a shift between, it actually worked out perfectly. It was like we were shifting from recording on Wednesdays to Tuesdays. Work is finally slowing way down. I'm not working like 65-hour weeks in 4 days. I'm working like maybe more like 40, sometimes like 45. It's still kind of busy, but my energy is coming back. I cannot wait to catch up on sleep. We took a week off. Joshy actually had a back-to-back trip. As we talked about last episode, he completely forgot that he's was going to Mexico this week, so he's not coming back till tomorrow. And I thought he actually is expecting to record today, but I grabbed a very special guest to join me instead because honestly, I couldn't imagine Joshy coming back from Mexico on, I don't even know like how far away of a drive they're on. I think it's at least 3 hours. And they come back and he's like ready to go. Nah, man, take your time. He's getting 2 weeks off because joining me today is a very special guest, my brother, an incredible friend, the bodybuilding meat stack himself, brother, Johnny.
Hello, guys.
Welcome aboard, my friend. How we doing?
Good, bro.
Good, man. I thought I would just introduce myself real quick. My name is Samson. I'm just gonna like throw in a little. I'm on a nickname mood right now, so I feel like I'm just gonna
very
add
Undertale of you.
Have to. Absolutely, bro. Good catch. I'll be taking command as the captain through today's voyage, and joining us is on today's expedition is Johnny himself. Johnny, how we feeling, bro?
I'm feeling great.
Fantastic.
Peachy.
Your nickname's Johnny
Peachy.
Bravo, by the way, brother.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Peachy always. If you want to understand a little more in depth of what he's talking about, we just wrapped our pregame episode, and this is your first podcast ever.
Indeed.
If I'm not mistaken.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, second now.
Second now. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
If you, definitely got pregame.
Don't miss out.
Don't miss out, baby. And that'll be dropping, by the time you hear this, it'll have come out yesterday morning, because this will be dropping on Thursday. It feels so amazing to be recording on a Tuesday, because I don't have to
rush.
I don't have a rush feeling when recording, don't get me wrong, but I do have it immediately when I'm done, because it's like, oh fuck, I gotta like immediately just put in all the notes, and I got to edit pregame right now.
Yeah.
I don't have that pressure tonight. So we are chilling. We are a bit later than we wanted to record, but we actually got probably a good third or more of the new studio done.
It's impressive. Right off
Honestly,
the bat. Actually simplistic, too.
Yeah. Dude, a lot more simple than I thought it was. You know, I was going to share it, but I wanted to save it for the cast. My original vision was in that room. It was setting up like the first recording studio in that, like, you know, and that
the in-between room.
The in-between room. It's not really a room.
Yeah.
With the windows, you can hear everything outside. And I'm right next to a window right here too, but this is the backyard. So it's kind of like heavily filtered through this like brick house.
There's birds or gunshots.
Yeah, I'll take the birds, bro. Absolutely. You know, it's also like in the middle of the house and the only pathway to Joshy's room, right? Yeah. So it also has the gap problem in the doors, just like my room does, but it's a lot worse. So this is a lot more comfortable, and the original vision was kind of like sound blocking it everywhere. And getting a big, I almost want to do old school because I had like the old mic.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I like the retro style of the podcast. So I wanted to get like a big round, like Dave was even saying he's cutting down trees in his property for his new home, like massive, massive trees. So he was literally going to cut me.
Not to be weird, but do you know where in the hell is he finding massive trees?
I think he literally, it's like 15 minutes southeast from here.
From here?
Yeah,
okay, so
like
he's
in
got,
Tempe.
Okay.
Towards South Mountain a little bit, but not that in the ghetto
He's
part.
going to have the water.
Yeah. So like his back, he's got a big backyard. I saw the house before he demoed it and completely just was like, all right, I'm going to do my thing.
Yeah.
And he was saying he was going to literally cut me a chunk out of that tree and make it into a tabletop for me. I was really, really excited, but honestly, spontaneously today just worked out that I got this like modern, very modern looking like standing adjustable desk.
Sleek.
Johnny helped me put it together, basically did all the work, honestly, and it's perfect. I'm so excited. We got a little boom mic too to kind of like block out the fan that's right above us, so there might be a little background noise as I work on editing after this episode. Obviously the first one, but this is really exciting.
Yeah, this is a great setup for the start of season 3.
That's right, baby.
But
I'm so glad
I will have to say, just to get you plugged for the whole like making sure people get into pregame.
Oh yeah.
Like I did say a fucked up story.
You did.
Yeah.
No, he really did. It was fascinating.
Yeah.
With kind of under the wheelhouse of working on cars.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah,
but Johnny's from the Midwest, as you shared in your pregame recording. Mm-hmm. And I have only ever been in the Midwest one time. It was Minnesota last year. Right?
Which is a good start. That's a great start, dude.
But I saw
those people talk weird.
They do. They do. It's literally like, I almost described my experience as I'm like, dude, it was like being at my bar, but a town.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And everyone around me was the culture of the bar. I loved it, man. Mm-hmm. Like, and Raleigh's bar is just actually a dream.
Well, it doesn't help that half of Raleigh's friends fucking fly out here.
Half. Literally. I knew so many people
when he's doing his Tuesday Raleigh nights, you know? Mm-hmm. And like you'll walk in there, dude, and like half the people that are in there are from Minnesota.
Yes. And see him all the time because they live at his bar.
And all he's doing is just getting drunk and just talking.
Dude.
And he
what
goes,
a life.
Throws a song on there, you know?
I know, man.
And then all I think the real work he has to do is literally make breakfast at Tina's.
Yeah. Which, by the way, he like doesn't even take any money. Like he just like leaves it all in a stack, and Tina like will like almost like what's the word? Consolidate it down to like $100 bill and hide it somewhere, right? Put it in his pocket, shove it in his like butt pocket or like under his belt or something, or like hide it in his. One time he like opened up the right when you go into work, there's like the trays in the kitchen, right? And he's the cook, so he opens it up and there's literally like $100 bills just like flung around just to like fuck with them.
Well,
and
that's
just,
not
like take your money.
Just kidding.
Yeah, no, absolutely against healthcare.
Especially if it's $100 bill.
Yes,
someone was making it rain somewhere. Dude.
Yeah, he's like, oh shit, but are they real?
Yeah, he's like putting it up to the light.
Johnny, I have something exciting. As you probably know, I like to switch things up a lot in the podcast. I like the ever-flowing and natural evolution nature of this kind of content and, kind of learning as you go, if you will. And so kind of segmenting it into seasons. It's always really exciting to tweak things just a little bit, you know?
Of course.
So I've got different names for things, and I am still working. One of the names that's going to change is going to be the main topic. It's not going to be canon event anymore, but I have I almost have this gut feeling with the creativity side of the podcast where I can tell when it's close, but I literally will know when it's perfect, if that makes sense.
No.
Yeah.
So whatever floats your boat. Man.
Yeah, dude. I'm excited because, I still got a couple of days now uploading on Fridays. This really gives me like 3 full nights to get the whole podcast edited. Although the goal is to probably get it done by Wednesday night so that I can go into my work week completely void of podcast being in my mind.
Yeah, firing on all 4 cylinders. I'm just kidding, 8 cylinders. And, and then on top of that, just you never want to show up to work feeling tired.
No.
No.
Excuse me, and not even present, right? When we talked about this, when we were like pre-cast, we were just hanging around. Excuse me, I got a big. Oh.
I'm gonna give that a juicy 7.
I'll take a juicy 7, bro. Usually I don't get anything above a 4, so oof. That was that was great.
That was from the bellows.
Yeah, thank you, bro. Thank you. No, but I'll reveal things as I go, and it'll be all officialized, I'll say, by Friday morning. So look forward to that, Johnny. Look forward to that. Our audience, but
I will
today,
text you if you don't fucking get it up.
No, you fucking better, bro. Be on my ass about it. Someone's got to keep me in check around here, you know. Johnny. To start the episode, coming off of pregame, following our introduction, I have a brand new section that is called the Pop Topic. My friend.
Topic.
Yes, sir. This will be a rotating series of just whatever I feel like throwing in here to throw Joshy or whoever else. In this case, you off your game. We are starting with some kind of topic, challenge, trivia, discussion, debate, whatever. And today's pop topic is a question.
Okay.
For you. Shoot. It is going to be a pop challenge today, my friend.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
What do you think? What first pops in your head when I say pop challenge?
Do you want me to, like, pat my head and rub my stomach?
Ooh, that sounds way too easy.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No, I will be fucking honest. This is obviously our main topic today. Actually, is a little spoiler ahead. It's going to be led by you about the Metal Gear Solid series, which is why I thought of you instantly for a guest to have on the show while Joshy was doing his thing. And that's something that greatly differs from both Joshy and I, is that both of us, I'm like a very loose Metal Gear Solid fan. If anything, I could also have had, I could put Caleb right next to us, and you two could just go crazy on Metal Gear Solid. So I'm really excited to, this is also going to be for more things to come from you about Metal Gear Solid, but today is specifically going to be on Metal Gear Solid 3. So I have a short piece of trivia for you.
For sure.
One simple question, my man.
Yes, sir.
How's that sound?
Okay, I could try.
That sound good?
Yeah. Perfect.
Pop quiz, if you will. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I like pop challenge.
Pop challenge.
We gotta keep it as original as possible.
Poppin',
you know what
dude.
I mean?
Poppin'.
Arg! All right, Johnny. Today's pop challenge, my man, is in Metal Gear Solid, in the wheelhouse of Metal Gear Solid 3. The North American release date had a feature or a, like, let me rephrase the question. What was added to the North American release of Metal Gear Solid 3?
Ooh. Okay, so is it like a game mode we're talking about?
There was, yeah, I could be more specific. Like, there was something coming off of, I don't know how long after, maybe you do, of, like, the North American release came after the original Japanese release, right? But this is definitely in those times where, like, you know, this was Hideo Kojima. I think this was this the third game that was made? Third or fourth?
Okay, all right,
yeah.
I see what you're saying.
I can't remember, but, you know, there was definitely still a delay between, like, when we got it over here in the West, right?
Right.
So something was retroactively added to the game that the Japanese release did not get. It's something small. Don't overthink it. It has actually nothing really to do with, like, the plot or anything like that. Yeah. But something was added to the game. Do you know what it is?
I think European mode, right?
No, my friend. It was additional gore.
Oh, really?
Did you know?
No shit.
Yeah. You know, and kind of the purpose of Pop Challenge, I'll be honest, is kind of like, hey, maybe add a little bit of tidbit for you and something you can take away from something that is like one of your favorite topics. You know
now
what I
mean?
know.
Now
you know, baby. Yeah, apparently they added additional gore. I don't know.
It's not a gory game, dog.
Right.
It's not.
Right. I was going to ask,
It's
like,
not.
have you played the, like, Japanese release?
No, I mean, like, I can. I mean, I just didn't think it would need to be experienced.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
I don't really know much more detail than that. I don't know, like, what scene was added or if they just, like, added, like, I don't know, more blood or something. But, you know.
It has to be.
It has to be.
Because Japanese culture usually tends to stay more
tame.
Honored.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
So the way they usually run things is more like more traditional. More like, this is not what we expect of this company doing this. They're going to change it.
Yeah, okay.
And they're kind of like socially pushed that way. You know what I mean? Because that's what the people kind of expect, even though, you know, rest of society does that.
It's kind of crazy because, you know, this is like opening up a floodgate in my mind for like so much that has changed over time.
Yeah.
Specifically along the lines of like, you know, like different cultures like Japan and how different culturally they treat things.
Oh,
right?
dude.
Like
for sure.
Respect, honor, blood, all that stuff, you know? Like what's coming to my mind is like, I don't know if you were, because you're like kind of like growing up in like the same kind of like, you're kind of in between Joshy and I age-wise.
Yeah, really.
And you took in a lot of like content the same way that I did. Mm-hmm. So something that I vividly remember, and let me know if this rings a bell, was Nintendo and how adamantly against like streaming and YouTube they were.
Dude,
do you remember that?
Remember when Twitch came out and they caught anybody playing a Nintendo game?
Yes. Yeah, instant NDA, cease and desist. Yeah. Like no, we're not having any content.
All
then
because they
came
get
out
their
with
fingers in there,
exactly, man. It was like all this like copyright protection. I think it's Josh and I have talked about it many times, but it's like Nintendo easily is the worst culprit for just like being like having so much effort and funding towards their legal team, right? And stopping anything that they possibly can.
Yeah.
You know, protection of IP. It's really important. Sorry, I know I'm not facing the microphone. I'm trying to put on a YouTube video. I completely forgot to do that. The vibe that Josh and I always have.
Yeah.
We have to keep a vibe.
And then when your wallpaper freezes, you guys get mad.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Yeah. I pay attention, dude.
You hear it live.
Damn.
Yeah, you know exactly what's happening.
I'm on it.
Put some Zelda, lo-fi, and chill. I always really like, I don't know about you, but I love video game art in general.
Oh, dude.
You know, like, especially if I'm like really, really invested in a series I'm playing right now, I'll go in a fucking rabbit hole sometimes of looking up like good, and different, everyone's got different styles, but you know, really good art. There's some talent out there.
Yeah.
That's not the original artist.
I'm very the same way. Like I told you, I wasn't really artistic in much.
Right.
But I was good at art, oddly enough. So the thing is like, I did, you know, like how you do a pencil shaving? Yeah. And you'd like smear it to add effective shadow?
Absolutely.
Or even like a light effect of some sort. But if you did that with also like a picture that would be black and white, do you know what one would be really easy to change to black and white? And it was a very prominent game. Probably everyone that's listening to this knows this game. Black Ops 2. The front opening where he's like sitting there, right?
Yeah,
sitting there with two guns, dude. He's sitting there just crouched.
Yeah, it's actually a really badass cover.
I smeared graphite to make him, and then the light over.
You have this at your house?
I think I do. I think I do. But I don't know how well preserved it is. Okay. It is sitting in storage, and it's not been treated well.
Yeah. For sure.
You know,
for sure.
And it came out actually good. I did fuck up on the gun. Like, he's holding like a M&P 2.0.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a gun nut, just to let everyone know. So if I say something, I'll explain it. It's just a handgun.
Honestly, if anything, to do it for me. Because I'm obviously not, as you know. But Johnny is like a big car guy, as you mentioned, and really big gun guy. You're into a lot of like...
redneck like, things, dude.
Yeah. Yes. Definitely exactly what I was going to say. Like, you know, like, you just like more outdoorsy type, like, hobbies. I feel like I was so, like, resistant to the outdoors, and it probably really stems from, like, my mom. My mom was very much like a homebody, and my dad was always traveling growing up. But he is very much like an outdoorsy guy, but none of my siblings and myself were outdoorsy people like at all.
Yeah, and like the thing is like, you know, once you start like going outside more often, you actually fall in love with it. Your body makes you.
I got no doubt. Yeah,
love it.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
I love sitting outside, dude.
Johnny, let's catch up, my friend. This is our rendezvous, as we alluded to, I think, last episode.
You sure did.
Yeah, and I think I literally even named it in that episode because I'm like, fuck it, I've already decided it's gonna be rendezvous. But rendezvous, we're coming together. Let's catch up, my friend. Gaming wise, let's you know, I wanted to start real quick. We shared a little bit, like, you're from the Midwest, like some of your hobbies, but what is specifically for you, what's kind of your gaming wheelhouse?
All right, so MGS only. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm very much into they don't have to be realistic, but it has to be like there's grit to it. There's a message to it, you know?
Like it's got to be like deep thematically in some way.
Yeah. God of War is really just I even like the old ones, just the hack and slashness of it. You know, like I'm really
Absolutely
I'm
on
really
that.
into like back in the day Bethesda games when I was younger.
Yeah,
you know,
we're talking,
hardcore
Elder
Skyrim,
Scrolls?
Oblivion.
Oblivion,
You know? Yeah, I
dude.
put more hours into Oblivion than I did Skyrim.
Yeah, actually same. I actually barely played Skyrim.
Yeah,
The greatest sin.
Skyrim ruined it because like as soon as like the DLC came out, I pretty much did mostly everything.
Okay, yeah.
And I was just so burnt out. It was like one of those games that you make passive and then you just hate it.
Yeah. No, dude. Seriously.
And then they release it 4 fucking times too. That's the
Dude, way more than that. Like, do you remember the memes are starting to like blow up? And I remember seeing memes all the time. Dude, they just re-released Skyrim again, and it's a picture of a calculator.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Dude, yeah.
But like Cyberpunk, very up my alley. Very CD Projekt Red guy. I love The Witcher even when it first came out. Okay, when it first came out,
like we're talking like Witcher 3 or
The
like
Witcher 3 when it first came out was dog shit. Okay, like it was
for sure
a fire bin of a heap, you know. But what they make that game become, I agree. AAA games need to make a better point on giving us a paid product.
Yeah, off rip,
and
right?
also not charge us extra for just bullshit.
Yeah,
so
no, for sure.
But I'm very much into like just more methodical, kind of just like I understand Nintendo games can be more thought based, but it's just more of like I was a PlayStation kid right off the bat. I played Nintendo 64 a lot, but I had a PlayStation 1.
You're a PlayStation guy, yeah. And see, I think that is probably what separates our childhood because I did not.
Yeah.
Like my first PlayStation was a PS2 in high school.
Yeah,
you know, like very different vibe. When I would like play at my buddies, you know, Spyro the Dragon, that was like honestly probably my favorite PS1 game because it was probably the only one that I can remember that I actually like played through and beat as a kid.
The opening level.
Dude,
it's engraved in your head.
It is, man. Did you play the Reignited trilogy?
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
I was talking about trophies a little bit last night with Gabe and his buddy Jason, and I definitely. Do you ever have like a trophy or achievement like hunting era?
When I had a PlayStation 3, I did.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went hard in Metal Gear Solid 4, bro. Because there's so many like.
You had the platinum in it?
Almost. I had it, dude. My PlayStation 3 took a shit on me after 10 years of use, dog. That thing survived many hundred hours into Skyrim.
Wow.
And somehow did not break.
Wow.
Yeah, which is
wait. So it took your platinum with it?
Yeah. I couldn't even access my PlayStation account because it was under my school email.
No.
And after I graduated, bro, guess what? You don't have a school email no more.
No, you don't, bro. That shit's gone. Wow, that's.
So I would have had like a
fucked.
higher trophy count, way more. And dude, another game I really loved when I was younger was on PlayStation 3. I love PlayStation 2 games, love PlayStation 1 games too, but PlayStation 3 was like that. That's because first of all, I saved up my own money at the age of 11 to buy a PlayStation
if I remember
3.
right, that thing was like $600 too.
When I got it, it was the last edition of it.
Oh, the one that slides?
Yeah.
it
So
was like much cheaper. It was like $200?
$350.
$350.
Back
wow,
in
that is more than I remember.
It'd be 2009, 2010, give or take. You know,
I feel like
I'm right.
I feel like it's like 2011.
Maybe.
Because, okay, I graduated I can remember a lot of like kind of like time points because I graduated high school in 2010.
Yeah.
So like that point was like a lot of transitions out of like Halo, a lot of transitions out of, you know, Modern Warfare 2, I think came out like right around then, right? So
yes,
was a lot of like what I, kind of the last of my console, heavy console like gameplay, especially Xbox wise, was like right then.
Yeah.
And then I got a PS3 actually at the end of its life too.
Yeah.
I got the second edition, and I got it because it was cheaper than getting the brand new one.
Yeah, but the thing was too though, if you got the second edition, they no longer played PlayStation 2 games.
You're right. Wait, yours didn't?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I know. That was
I was so pissed when I figured that out.
Oh my god.
Because I had so many PlayStation 2 games.
Well,
right?
they actually the second edition of the original.
Yeah.
So like the original design, right?
Yeah.
Like only a year or two later, didn't play the PS2. Like, they took that out to, like, cut costs,
Yeah.
which, you know, to the detriment of the very vocal, like, community, but it honestly was probably a better business decision anyway.
PlayStation knew they weren't in the market to compete with the Xbox One to begin with.
No.
So
No.
why put effort into making a PlayStation play two different PlayStation
You mean
games?
the 360, yeah?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Right. I'm like, wait, am I tripping? Oh, yeah, no, because if I
Struck
remember
right
right,
out.
too, like, the sales, like, PS3, a lot of people think that the 360 won the console war sales-wise, but they didn't.
No.
Right at the end of, like, the life cycle of that generation, PlayStation took over.
Yeah.
So they passed 360 at the end.
It was because of The Last of Us, bro. Get it right. Get it right.
You are 100% right on that. I completely forgot that came out right at the end of PS3's
right at the
life.
end.
And that's crazy. Like, that, another even wheelhouse conversation of how different The Last of Us, the base Last of Us, played and looked compared to Uncharted. By the way, same company.
Yeah.
One was at the beginning of, you know, the PlayStation 3. One was at the very end. Very, very improved.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah. Well, you go from Uncharted, and then you have Uncharted 2, I think, then Last of Us comes out, right? Or is it before?
I
think it was after.
Ooh, I don't even want to, like,
after.
I should have, like, a fact check.
I should know that.
Calculator somewhere.
I should know that.
But probably right around there.
Yeah.
I feel like Uncharted 3...
No.
Really?
No. Uncharted
Okay.
3 came out after The Last of Us.
You're right.
It had
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Because literally, Uncharted 2 came out. Everyone's like, holy shit, it's even better than the first one. The first one sucked because they literally, like, as you're picking your difficulty, do you know that Naughty Dog literally had to nerf the CPU to not shoot you as well?
Really?
Yeah. So, do you ever notice,
Like the humans in
yeah,
in
in
Last
the
of Us?
in-game... No, I'm in The
Oh.
Last of Us. In
Oh,
Uncharted,
yeah.
the first one.
No, dude.
Dude, they will come at you if you played it, like you said, you played it on hardcore or extreme or whatever.
Oh, crushing.
Crushing,
Yeah.
right.
Fuck crushing.
They
Shout
could
outs.
literally, yeah, for real. Many remotes were broken on my knee
Yeah,
with that. Straight up, they would shoot you from out of nowhere and it would kill you, like, instantly. Do you know that they nerfed all the CPUs, all the NPCs that would attack you? They would literally nerf the stat for that computer to shoot at you.
That's actually insane because...
Yeah, because it would literally
already
shoot
is
you
hard as
before you'd
balls.
walk around the corner. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
okay. Yeah, just cheating.
Yeah,
basically.
straight up.
Yeah, some AI shit.
But either way,
Yeah,
PlayStation 3 was my realm.
that was it. Yeah.
Guns of the Patriots
Guns of the Patriots.
was the shit.
Yeah. Your favorite MGS, if I'm not mistaken.
Favorite racing game. You ready for this one?
Oh, yeah, please.
Okay, Split Second. Do you remember that one? It was a Disney game.
I was going to say Jack X Racing.
Dude, that game is sick,
question.
but that's
Yeah.
PlayStation 2.
You're right. I thought you were saying favorite racing game ever.
Dude, I need you to listen to more of the music of that game.
Yeah, no, I need to. I just need to get the whole soundtrack.
Yeah.
Johnny, let's shift. Let's catch up a little bit on the house. So we talked about the new desk, which is awesome. We'll probably switch the vibe. I kind of want to stand in a sec here, and you don't even need to do anything because the way your chair rolls, it's a high chair.
Yeah.
So it's meant to go up to like a high bar top, and meanwhile I can stand.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's do it right now. I'm thinking about it, and I'm just like, I want to.
To let you guys know, I'm also very short, so this doesn't bother me.
No, actually, it's perfect because everyone always does bring that up, especially when we were talking about like that
midget wrestling?
The midget wrestling, yeah, bro. It's like
I fight midget style, dog.
Where's Johnny, bro?
No, dude, he better be fucking out there.
Even Raleigh.
Dude. It was funny because like one of them looked like my Aunt Candace.
Really? What the fuck?
I was like, damn, Aunt Candace is whooping ass.
Okay, Johnny. What I wanted to say was we have said in the podcast several times, but as you know, we call this house
Smash
by its name,
Smash
House.
Yeah.
For a multitude of reasons, but it's like Smash has been an ongoing thing that's brought our friendship group together since I met the guys, right?
Yeah.
Still even vividly remember my first time playing Smash against Joshy, and then meeting the twins, meeting Azzy. Also, he lived with them at the time. It was like, oh yeah, we go to the twins' place to play Smash, and it was like watching them play, and I'm like, damn, dude, this is what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Well, we decided to throw, I think did we mention it last pregame that we were planning to throw this like Smash tournament?
Tourney, yeah.
Yeah. So We threw it, and we did like kind of like a preliminary tourney. So just kind of like test the waters. And Josh is at work. He forgot to like. I think he actually couldn't get it off because he had so much going on.
Yeah.
Where he's just been having to take work off. So they're like, no, we need you tonight. He went in, and Joel and I are like, fuck, we gotta set this all up. Wait, we should do this. Ooh, yeah, we should do this. We completely tore apart that living room, rearranged it. It came together so nicely. I feel like because we have no visual, right?
Yeah.
If I was to describe it, it's like a permanent LAN setup.
Yeah.
Just like Halo parties, 360 parties, but it's all Smash.
What else do you need that room for?
I'll be honest, bro. We've done nothing with it.
Okay. There we go.
We've only ever like thrown parties, had people over, and we're like, hey, this is the main living room. It's attractive.
It's huge.
It's huge. High ceiling. We thought when we first moved in, there's the wall that's like, like right coming out of the room next to the kitchen. It's a massive blank wall.
Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, we can just get like a sheet and do a projector.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We still could.
Yeah.
But it does get really bright in that room too, and it really would only be usable at night, and projectors are kind of a bitch. I don't know if they've probably come a long way now.
From what I remember in school, when they project something out on that little like white sheet they'd pull over the chalkboard or the marker board or whatever you had, they were never like, they had dog shit graphics.
Always.
yeah.
Literally
fuzzy.
always, bro.
I don't think they make good
But even
projectors,
then,
do they?
well, what's funny was my buddy actually, like, when 3D, remember when 3D was being pushed everywhere right after the release of Avatar in
3D
theaters?
IMAX.
3D IMAX, everything 3D. It's still going on, like, there is merit to 3D, don't get me wrong, but it was like the marketing tool to get everyone to buy a brand new TV.
Yeah.
So my buddy invested when Modern Warfare 2 came out. He invested in like an actual high-ass quality HDMI projector. To be fair, it definitely was the highest quality projector I've ever seen. Actually, like it looked good. Was it a TV? No. Did it have like, I don't know.
You're scaring me.
No. Hear me out. Okay, I'll just say, like, I was going to try to make it, like, all gassed up and exciting. The input lag was unacceptable.
Oh.
Unacceptable.
Ooh.
How the fuck could you call this? Like, how could you advertise it for gaming, right? And make it as high def when clearly I couldn't play Call of Duty. Like, we have it all hooked up and it looks cool, but I'm like, it was so bad. Like, you press forward on the movement stick and you're like, like there's like almost a half-second delay. No fucking way. Now imagine playing Smash where every single movement in the blink of an eye matters. Literally unplayable.
Can you tell me something?
Yeah.
Do you personally... Okay, I know you don't play racing games that much, right?
You're right.
Okay.
Yeah. I've fallen off of like Mario Kart would be the only one I would say I even like took seriously.
Yeah.
I've fallen off extremely hard.
Please don't take that game seriously.
Yeah, no, I can't.
And I'm all right at it. Like, don't take it seriously.
He kicks my ass every time I say that much.
I made Mikey cry almost. It was pretty bad.
He's like, what the heck, bro?
Yeah. I fucking love Mikey. But
shout-outs, bro.
Shout-outs, Mikey. But straight up, I don't like playing online fighting games and online racing games because the input delay.
I'm 100% with you.
I play Wreckfest, all right? And mind you, it is not the most perfect racer. I get it. But the traction,
Wreckfest.
It's like a demolition car game.
Okay.
And it's like 3D models. Like realistic damage model, everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, PC days, it was MBG Drive.
I've literally never heard of this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No.
All right. This is classic shit.
Okay.
So, anyways, the guys
Take me on the journey.
The guys that made this, I think it's something like that drive. Anyways, the guys that made that 3D model, they would literally build a car with like suspension components and everything.
Sure.
3D model it, put the body on top of the frame and everything, put the engine inside the fucking body, put the person inside the car, and it would actually shift weight dependent on like engine size. Like it was realistic. It was
what the
straight.
heck?
This was early like 2010, bro.
Okay.
2010. So it was like kind of like Arma. You know, Arma's like a military like simulator game.
I actually don't.
Oh,
I had no idea.
Okay. So anyways,
like
it was like
Forza?
that.
Forza's like extremely customizable.
Okay. Just like that.
Okay.
But more realistic than that. Okay.
Wow.
So grip, reaction to grip, switching terrains. Like if you're like drifting off the side of the road, you're going from pavement to dirt. You're gonna have a different like grip
Direction.
pattern.
Yeah, absolutely.
So in Wreckfest, they made that game too, but it's not as like crazy realistic. But it does have the 3D models you can destroy. It's a demolition car.
Sure. Yeah.
This game lets you go backwards and take people out on an online match openly.
That's sick. That's like Burnout Revenge. Burnout Revenge. I fucking love that
Dude,
game,
it's
bro.
fucking awesome. I will have to show you it.
Yeah. Well, what we can say like with
anyways, what I was gonna say, input lag, it's so atrocious, and I pay for a 2 gigabyte speed download.
Okay.
For like, I pay good money for good internet.
Yeah, I'm
and it's
with
just
that.
straight up still. Just the input
It's
lag.
dog.
The input lag, if I notice, like, if I hit the brake and my brake isn't quite exactly where I need it,
Yeah.
I don't like the game.
Dude, I'm with you. You are preaching to the choir because, specifically I am within the context of Smash House, I'm the only roommate who does not play. I have no care to play online Smash.
No.
For that reason. I don't, like, the guys get...
I think we're old, bro.
Honestly, bro, I just...
Joel's the same age as me, but...
We could say that, and I'm also just going to say, like, I got, like, high, like... I guess... No. Opposite. I have low tolerance, Like, fucking... I don't... Like, they definitely... I feel like most of them, when they play online, they're doing doubles with their buddy, playing together cooperatively against, like, 2 other clowns, But... Even then, it's just, that isn't actually why I play Smash, I'm like, I'm not even playing Smash really, like, for the dub necessarily now.
Yeah.
If anything, the dub is, like, an incentive to, like, if the other person feels defeated, which I'm on that side a lot, right?
Yeah.
Then it pushes you to win.
Yeah.
And that healthy competitive nature is what I love about it, and the fact that the game has only gotten better the more I've played it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's unreal.
It's like, honestly, like playing Halo 3 with your buddies on a landline.
Yes.
Just chilling with each other.
Yep.
And then on top of that, as soon as you notice that your buddy's like getting the upper hand on you, you're like watching him play. And then you're like, he kind of routes himself around obstacles a little faster than I do. Or in a different direction.
Yes.
Unpredictable.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how the first-person shooter game plays.
Absolutely.
But the fighting game, as in Smash House... By the way, I am terrible at Smash. All right? I'm going to be honest with you. My favorite character is probably Simon because he has the most simplest, like, moveset.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, and, like, that's
and he's
like
solid. He's solid.
He is solid, man.
But I suck.
Yeah, dude. Simon's also, like, once you kind of... We're really, like, off stage is, like, where the game really opens up.
Yeah.
As you know.
Yeah, and he's terrible
And
at
Simon's off stage is terrible. It's actually just trash. So, you get too far out there and you have no jump, you're probably dead.
Yeah, I'm straight up pretty much getting, like, juggled. And then spiked into the off map.
Bro.
Know?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Straight up.
All right, Johnny, let's transition and dive into our first kind of pre-segment here, Plugged In, which, I will say when we get to the end of this and we start talking about like our Patreon sponsors and just everyone's involvement with the show, this was a segment named by you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you remember, like way back, I don't even remember what episode it was, but it was like probably like 3, 4, or 5.
2.
It was 2.
I told you right after I listened
the
to the
first episode.
I was like, hey, bro, do you know what? You're like, what? I'm like, not to be your intertwined,
Right.
But I think
no, tell me.
if you advertised it as plugged in, because literally if you're at your buddy's house and you're playing a landline,
yes,
you used to plug your shit in.
Exactly. And which I think what I pitched to you was Multitap.
Yeah, which is funny. Funny.
Right. We were on like the same wavelength. But Johnny has been involved with the podcast since the beginning, so this is kind of like a full circle moment once again. You know what I'm saying? So Johnny, let's get plugged in, my guy. Welcome, my friends, to the official Flash Bros podcast. And as you know, Johnny, I like to keep things spicy. So I've done a little bit of tweaking, of course, to my usual pitch. So See if you like it, okay? This show is essentially two best friends sharing casual discussion centered around our collective interests. We blend retro and modern topics framed around gaming, anime, and our further diverse and individual passions. Our focus is set on spreading positive vibes within the duality of informal, yet comprehensive and informative content, while building a vibrant community where you can actively become a part of the crew and join the conversation.
Be part of the crew, guys.
Dude,
it's a good day. It's a good day.
Guys, hop on board. We are sailing.
Please.
We're on this journey together.
Please.
It's fucking awesome, man. Did you like it?
Yeah.
It's good?
Yeah.
Solid?
Yeah.
Yes!
Sam's working hard, boys.
Yeah, we're going, bro. It's crazy because it's like most of the ideas come when I'm on like the brink of exhaustion.
Yeah.
If that even
Creativity
makes sense.
sparks at almost when you fall asleep.
Yeah, right? Exhaustion or even a pressure, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm about to like actually get recording.
Yeah.
Oh, but I have an idea. So most of this was actually just like written out last night. So thanks for being here, Johnny. For real.
Thank you.
The first one to hear, and you were the first person to hear the intro song.
I was.
Ever.
I was.
Yeah. So take that in. Honestly, I've been telling Joshy that I've still been working on it, but I got it locked in. So,
Yeah.
And good.
Honestly, honored.
Honored, bro. Honored to have you, my man. Johnny, let's explain how everyone can get involved. Our episodes drop Fridays at 5 a.m. with pregame dropping 24 hours earlier. So go and check that out, guys. It's all linked directly on Spotify and on the Patreon page. And you do need to be a part of the Flash crew, if you will, part of our Patreon sponsors to access everything that is an additional content. And that pregame is the first of many pieces to come, with more on the way this season, my friends.
Hell yeah.
And the show is available everywhere. Personally, I use Spotify. Josh uses YouTube Music. What do you listen to?
I'm a Spotify guy.
You're a
all the
Spotify
way.
guy.
If you don't
Yeah.
listen to Spotify, you're weird.
Yeah, dude,
just
no.
kidding.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm okay. Hear me out, because you're the first person on the podcast to be a Spotify guy,
Right.
other than me.
Yeah.
Like
Caleb
Jarrell
not?
even.
Huh?
No, he's like a YouTube guy. Everyone's
Okay,
into YouTube.
straight up weird guys.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying, man. But like, hear me out. YouTube is amazing.
It is.
But Spotify's queue system and simplicity
Superior.
is the draw.
Superior.
It's superior. And I'll be real. I have used iTunes, not Apple Music, since the dawn of the ages of the internet. That was my shit. When Apple Music rebranded and Spotify blew up,
Yeah.
I shifted. I have never looked back.
Yeah. And dude, to be honest too, they even have AI that translates certain podcasts to completely different languages with the same voices.
Bro,
How crazy is that?
really?
Yeah.
That's
seriously.
crazy. I have
Joe
no
Rogan
idea.
is, I think that his podcast,
It's exclusive to Spotify.
Spotify.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, it's not exclusive
Or,
now.
I think you're right. I think I think I read that when I was, because I run it through Spotify.
Right.
Even though Patreon is like the paid membership side of things,
Yes, sir.
I actually run my entire podcast for the public feed through Spotify directly. And the big draw on the front page is Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is that they just developed AI for it, for the platform.
Okay.
And his one, I think him and like maybe two other podcasts or whatever are the first ones that are getting this AI to translate with their voices
That is
in real time,
actually insane.
which is crazy, because that will open up so many more markets for
Yeah,
everybody.
well, that's probably the first real piece of positive AI
Yeah.
news I've heard on this show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, Johnny. So getting involved, getting plugged in, questions, comments, theories, discussions, and more can be written in, my friends. We like to keep it old school, to be honest, just like Johnny. Patreon.com/FlashBrosPodcast is where we run this show. Like I said, it's where we basically how the growth of the show is going to happen. So everything that is beyond just the audio feed, you will find there. Updates to the channel. I will also be real. Completely almost forgot to upload that let me reinstate, to post on Patreon that I've a link to the uploaded episode. So I'm honestly probably going to like restructure it a little bit, but all of like the interpersonal connection to the cast is going to be there, and all the important updates. So there will be an update for the drop of season 3 and what to expect going forward. But you can only check that out there, guys. There is a free membership you can sign up for with free content coming soon, which is honestly, I don't have previews set up. I only have one. It's like a 1-minute preview of the first episode of Pregame for public feeds. Otherwise, you can't listen to any preview.
Yeah.
I want to keep it that way, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I will be posting special content for people who sign up there and just remain a free member. I think it is literally just an
If they like you that much, Sam, they should pay you.
Yeah, you know what?
I could afford a coffee for you for once out of every 5 or 4 episodes a month.
You know, I appreciate that. Yeah, and you know, there's a lot of benefits here, Johnny. Let me run through them real quick.
Dude,
we have a very, very I want to keep things extremely simple. So we have one membership format, $5 a month, and you will become a gold tier sponsor.
Gold tier.
Gold tier sponsor.
Yes, sir.
You have to make like the name like super flashy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta go loud and proud.
Loud and proud. So this includes special recognition during each episode, access to our exclusive content, as I mentioned, and our Patreon posts. The ability to send submissions directly through Patreon via DM. Honestly, the simplest way to get any content directly to us. Unless you know me personally, you can just text me, as Johnny often does. Or I'll just text him and be like, yo, what's something you want to add?
I'm all like, hey, who's the coolest Dragon Ball Z character?
It's perfect.
Yeah. I kind of just whip it out.
Exclusive channel access within our community Discord server, which will be, I'll be able to spend more time focused on that this summer as well. So I'm really excited for that. And the benefit I was alluding to, membership lock-in. We don't want to grow too big. So the earlier you get on board, the better it is for you. Basically, once I reach, say, example, like 1,000, maybe less, maybe 500 subscribers in the gold tier sponsorship, I will lock out that membership. If you're already a member, you're in for life. All future content that is going to be all the paid content will be accessible with the one membership. So I will create a new one that will be $10 a month, and now it is twice as much to get into the podcast as we grow, if that makes sense. So the earlier you're on board, you are locked into that one price forever until you cancel.
If you like it, it's a real strong arm, you know what I mean? Like, you're just telling them, like, hey, it's either now or I get you in a headlock, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And, you know, I'll be honest, kind of the envisionment I have is like maybe like, you know, this is not even like a push.
It's like a startup.
Ever. Exactly. It's kind of like, it's just a startup podcast. It's very casual. And, you know, if you come on board when we're already big, that membership might be $50 a month.
Oh, shit.
And you might go, why in the fuck would I pay $50
Who's
a
doing
month
this?
For an audio production just for all the, like, just, I don't know. Didn't seem worth it.
Yeah.
That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And everyone who's already on board, like I said, Patreon themselves doesn't ever even cancel for you on your behalf. You have to manually go in and hit, I am canceling this, and that's the only way you can
Just like Austin.
Just like Austin. Austin is still on the membership
You're
platform.
the man, buddy.
You're the man, buddy. I'm so glad you brought him up. I actually thought about him the other day, man. Austin Bowman
He's like crying
himself.
right now.
He's like, oh my gosh.
Hey, remind me.
No, dude. And that guy, you know, he's a little brother, like a little recap from, like he was basically the dishwasher, wanting to be the bar back, but he wasn't old enough.
Nope.
Dude's still in high school,
but
he wanted to really support the podcast. It was about, I think, the very first Patreon sponsor I had.
He is number one, dude.
He is number one. You're absolutely right, man. Thanks for bringing him up. So, you know, he doesn't have a job, so he doesn't have an income. So the money, I think the card on file is already canceled, and that is okay because he's still locked in until he himself goes and hits cancel, and he is welcome back anytime. Anytime. But Johnny, what if that takes too much effort?
Dude,
what if I don't want to sign up for anything?
Dude, I get it. Like, all the data that gets leaked every time you put your email in or something. You know,
I get it.
Happens.
I don't trust anybody. And you know what, my friends? That is completely okay. You can write us in by simply sending us an email, flashbrospodcast@gmail.com, or even simpler, if you already have a Spotify account, even if you listen to the podcast on any other platform like YouTube, traders, you can just go.
Traders.
You can just load up Spotify.
Boom.
Even if you have a free account, you can pull up, like, a lot of people don't know that the audio and the music side is separate from the podcast side. It's just one integrated app
Yeah.
Unlike Apple, for example.
Yeah.
The podcast side is completely free. So if you have a free membership, there's no like added ads. If there's an ad, it's just a part of the episode already, right?
Right.
So you can just respond to a Q&A that is attached to every episode at the bottom of the episode. Scroll down, baby. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Super simple. Johnny responds every week.
I try
Super
to.
appreciate that, buddy. No, you do. You're the most consistent of everyone here. And yeah, I just want to say, like, grateful for Johnny, grateful for all of you guys out there. Your support means genuine growth for this podcast and our community, for this ship that is setting sail. We appreciate and love every single one of you nerds.
Full love.
Full of love, baby. Johnny, let's dive into our gold tier sponsors, baby.
Let's go.
I'm adding, as I said, I kind of like hinted at it earlier. Everyone's getting nicknames now.
Oh,
we're adding these
okay.
to our Patreon sponsors, whether you like it or not. But there's something that I really have noticed. Yeah, floozies. There's something I've really noticed at the bar lately is that in addition to memorizing like names more and improving like my relationship with just a mass amount of like people, I'm also adding nicknames. It helps me remember. It gives them character. I'm trying to like also give nicknames that maybe they aren't called all the time. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah, like Sapphire.
Exactly. So we're giving, yes, the stripper named Sapphire.
Yeah,
we're giving nicknames to everybody. And I'm always like the kind of like, either like it's got to be a flashy solo name or we're like adding like a secondary word. Yeah. So we will start the list with our first Patreon sponsor, Mama Annie. How we doing? That's my own mother, by the way.
Oh, madre.
Oh, madre. Mama Annie is a blessed mother to all. Johnny has not met her, but he would love her. She's
blessed
very
one day do that.
One day, man.
One day.
Yeah, for real. And I haven't met your mom, but I've met Jade's mom, right?
Yeah, you've met Jade's mom.
Angel. Love her.
Yeah. She's
like, no, her name's not Angel, bro.
She's not Angel, dude. No, she is an angel.
She is.
She is a good person. Yes.
Another angel on this list. Number 2 is Donald Duck himself. My guy, welcome back. We're so blessed to have you, brother. And number 3 on this list, Queen Kendi, my beloved.
Oh, sorry, Kendall. My bad.
Q, dearly beloved by Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. I was waiting for it. I was like, what is he gonna say?
No, she is just she is my woman.
She is straight up like everyone's mom, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I thought Jade was a mother like. Kendall's on another level.
Kendall is on another level. She's beyond her years, and I'm very, very blessed.
She's got wisdom from youth. Dude. It's weird, dude.
Oh, dude. Yeah, and she has been through hell and back, like all of us have, you know? So, very blessed to have Kendall be on board, whether she listens to any podcast. She's not a podcast listener, and she's honestly really busy, too. So, she doesn't listen a lot, but she is involved just by being directly, honestly, in a lot of these other sponsors' lives, too.
Yeah,
like Johnny. Number 4 is Sweet A, baby. Sweet A Drell. Joshy traditionally does the plug for Sweet A. You feel like you got it down?
I don't, but I will wing it. I will try. I'll give it a shot.
Wing it, man.
You know what I mean?
You hear Joshy, he has a whole spiel every week.
So I'm going to say it starts off with something like, well, you guys need to obviously support Sweet A over at Twitter. Or not Twitter, sorry. Straight up. I mean Twitch, bro. I mean Twitch. I am so sorry.
Bro.
I am so sorry.
Yeah, no. It's
Adrel, I am doing you no service.
Words. I feel like I straight up have dyslexia. You know what I mean? I can never just like get all these details, and words are tough.
Yeah, but
right?
what's wrong with me, dude?
I can't help you, John.
But anyways,
Adrel's on Twitch.
Yeah, Adrel's on Twitch, and dude, he's honestly a very amazing person.
Yeah, dude.
And funny, like
he is
naturally.
An entertainer at heart, man. Yeah,
he will hold your attention even though he's not talking in a crowd.
Yeah, what's his handle?
Oh, dude, don't.
You know it.
Is it Sweet A but AYEEE?
No, one too many E's.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, so it's how many? Right. So it's Sweet A.
4 E's, right? Or 3 E's?
3.
3. Trace.
That's right.
Okay,
that's
3
right.
E's,
so
guys.
the full plug, twitch.tv / Sweet A AYEEE. Go check him out, guys.
Yes, please.
That's beautiful, Johnny. Thanks for attempting that, bro.
Sorry, bro.
No. I know I just flung that on you, as I love to do in these podcasts for you and Joshy and whoever else is joining me in the hot chair. And number 5 is sitting right in front of me. It's Johnny Bravo, dude. My man, John Rao IV.
What a freaking... Tables have turned, you know what I mean? Like
tables have turned.
Yeah, straight up. Now I'm on the other side.
You're on the other side.
And this is going to be one hell of a fourth wall break later on Friday and Thursday. So
Yeah. Are you looking forward to it?
I don't want to hear my voice like we talked about.
Yeah.
But, it's more of just helping out a buddy and entertaining.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, and looking forward to have you back on again as we dive more into the Metal Gear Solid series and beyond, because I also, Jack and Daxter is a big part of my PlayStation love as a kid. Before I even owned a PS2, I played Jack and Daxter on my uncle's PS2, and I know we can have a lot to talk about with that.
Yes,
so
sir.
And we got to start somewhere, and I'm really glad you're here, man. Yeah, for real. And
honored.
Johnny is now officially a part of our Flash Bros team, which has been renamed to Flash Force, my friend.
Flash Force.
Flash Force. You gotta keep it fucking fresh. You know what I'm saying?
Flash Force.
You know what?
I was waiting for something. I was like, Force. I was like, oh shit.
Yes, my friends, I'm so excited to announce that the official Flash Bros team, anyone who works for or is involved for the production of the Flash Bros podcast, is Team Flash Force, with the influence being from Fire Force, which is honestly, I saw it when it first came out. It's an anime.
Yeah.
It's like, have you seen previews or have you ever watched it?
Not even ringing a bell.
I think that the animation studio is MAPPA. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So they're known.
Yeah. Like Vinland Saga, Attack on Titan. I think MAPPA's even involved in Seven Deadly Sins, but a lot of, Demon Slayer, right?
Yeah.
Animation quality of Fire Force is next fucking level.
Even though it's old?
Dude, it's not old. I think it came out in 2019.
Okay.
Yeah. And when it dropped, it had 1 or 2 seasons, right? Or when I found out about it, it was like maybe second season.
Yeah.
But notoriously, I watched a few episodes. I watched some really dope scenes. But the plot was kind of not really catching me, I'll be honest. However, the name itself is gas enough. You know what I mean? Like, there's a fire squad and they're called Fire Force. Okay, that's fucking sick.
Yeah.
We're taking that in the Flash Bros podcast with the Flash Force Johnny's now a part of. Welcome, brother. And next on this list is your cousin, my sister,
Lene Lovelady.
Lene Lovelady.
Obviously,
that's right,
the
baby.
best superhero ever existed.
You already know, bro.
Yes.
Yeah. We still have the note she left us my birthday when she was over here.
She's very
Your
sweet.
Superhero was here, Lene Lovelady, and she is a superhero, man. Yeah, she is the shit. I look forward to seeing her every week. We're finally slowing down at the bar, and so the Thursdays are so hit and miss. Like this last Thursday, pretty good. But still, for 2 people, maybe not. And the one before that, absolutely not. I didn't even need Mikey.
You're pretty much sitting on top of each other.
Right. Yeah. So we are going to be going back to a rotation on Thursdays. And so it's going to be pretty short that I'm only seeing Lene once a week. But I think we all need a little break anyway.
I still think it's more of more to get-togethers on Monday.
That's right. Which we got the 20th planned, by the way.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm sure if Jade caught wind, then you definitely caught wind.
Yeah.
She's like the planner, no?
No, here and there.
Here and there.
I kind of do like my own thing, but if it's involving me and her, most of the time she takes over.
Okay. I got you. Well, next on this list is another member from the bar crew. Ooh. It is Mikey of the Sandoval 7, and an additional shout out for Tatum.
Hell yeah, dude.
Love these guys. Honestly, family, I have an exciting announcement too, which...
Did you get adopted?
Yes.
Oh my god. Now it's a Sandoval 8?
Yeah. I said we can't actually pencil me in because that would fuck up the name.
Yeah.
Like, it flows so well,
7
right?
is oddball.
So it is Sandoval 7,
7
plus 1.
Period. Plus 1?
You know yeah, that's right. The plus 1 is here, baby. No, Mikey is my star barback himself, and just one of the most amazing people I've ever met, honestly. A guy who has been through hell and back. as I keep saying, but
puts a smile on his face and
he
makes
never
everyone else
stops.
enjoy it.
Dude, everyone loves being around him, and that
Yeah.
speaks volumes to
Yeah.
the type of person that he is. So,
Yeah.
shout outs to Mikey and just everyone who's a part of the bar crowd, including Johnny. And cannot wait for him to join us for an episode as well, because I got exciting plans for actually the three of us. So, stay tuned for that. And the last Patreon sponsor, the last gold tier sponsor,
The last one.
is Daddy Mike.
Yeah.
Daddy Mike, how we doing, brother?
He is the Sim.
is.
He's the first Sim.
He's the first Sim.
First Sim.
He predates Sims 1 by a landslide.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like
How
not
old is he?
prehistoric,
How old
but
is he?
well, we'll say Aztec era. You know?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if that's still pretty relatively new.
He's
I mean,
been through shit. You know
Yeah,
what I
he's
mean?
seen the boats.
He's seen 2 ice ages, my guy. Daddy Mike, the father of Joshi himself. So blessed to have you, bro, and be our latest sponsor for the show. Special shout out for the Flash Force. Not mentioned here was Baywatch Brad, which is
Baywatch
his official title, because my guy Shadow Buddy and Shadow Buddy Music, check him out everywhere you can find music. This guy makes the music, including the brand new song we have for season 3.
And it's sick.
It is so sick. I don't think I announced this on cast, maybe on pregame, but he is on a bit of a music, specifically hiatus, which he says he always goes through in winter because in Oregon it's very overcast, right? You get no sun.
Yeah.
I get it. I feel infinitely more creative living out in Arizona because, it's not that long.
You're in a happier mood. And
You are.
You tend to be more creative when you're in a happier mood.
Exactly, bro.
Yes,
so
sir.
he actually just has... He's always been a busy man, but he's really focusing, he said, on on fitness specifically and health and things that he never really has taken that seriously before. So I thought Baywatch Brad was more than fitting.
You
for
have
this
a
guy.
hype to fit now, dude.
Hey, man.
Dude.
He'll fit that hype. You know
Dude,
what I'm
imagine
saying?
he comes back out and he's all like as ripped as like Zac Efron
Right.
on the movie.
Yeah, even his brain is ripped, bro. And the music is
Looks like he's having an aneurysm, but he's just looking at you.
Dude, yeah.
Shredded.
Brad has been a part of the show since its conception with creating music specifically for the podcast, and in us talking about his hiatus. And I honestly don't want him to come back and even make a single song for the show that doesn't have his heart into it.
Yeah.
So we'll be patient. And then he surprised me by sending me his entire library of music of what he has been working on that's unreleased. Spoilers, it is a lot. Yes. I showed you the list of about half the stuff I went through until I found the song that I knew was going to be season 3. But we will be chilling for a minute until he's ready to make some more.
It suits.
Yeah,
what it's,
very
what it's
suits.
at now.
So he is forever a part of the Flash Force, along with Demon Hunter Caleb.
Demon Hunter.
Demon
Holy
Hunter
shit.
Caleb, man.
Damn.
I'm like, yeah, I was thinking even a
He's tackling demons.
Like, dude, he's always tackling demons. He's got his own demons. He's got Dark Souls.
Jesus.
He's a Souls fiend,
Dude.
okay? This guy, me and Caleb specifically, it's like we have a bond of... Caleb has been one of my best friends for well over 10 years, right?
Yeah.
And we worked together at Safeway right when I graduated high school. So he was very involved in kind of like that next... era of my life, right? Like kind of like jumping into adulthood.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's also a couple years older than me too. So one of my first and few like older brothers that I've maintained a long-term relationship with.
Yeah.
And one of those friends, much like the friends I have now here, that we've never bickered, we've never fought, no drama. We nothing but like support for each other. You know, we are better people because we have each other and got each other's backs.
As real friends do.
Real friends, man. And honestly, one of the boys. You know what I'm saying? So Caleb, Demon Hunter Caleb, is forever part of the show as well.
Dude, I liked him as soon as you told me that he liked MGS. I'm like, dude, he's a great guy.
Yeah, absolutely. You can judge a lot by someone's character.
Yes, sir. And he was on here for 4 hours almost. 5 hours, I think.
I think it was almost 5, or just... I would think it was maybe even 5.5.
Dude, it might have been the almost longest one. Almost.
It almost was.
Almost
yeah,
was.
so he was a co-host for one episode so far. The real big problem is distance.
19.
Yes. Yeah.
So 19.
That's right. It was the last episode of the first season.
Yep.
Yeah. And it was like a special episode because I was traveling home to Oregon. Yeah. You're absolutely right. So, honestly, we do have plans, though. for future content that does include him on like more of the paid content side of things, a bonus show, much like what I was alluding to about you and Mikey. Caleb will be back as an additional co-host, and he's been a gamer his entire life, and has probably, he can relate to a lot of things that you've grown up with, because he is a diehard PlayStation fan to the root.
You have to be.
He literally has, still next to his bed, one of those old school like CD case holders.
Oh yeah.
And it's filled with PS1 games.
Oh my god, dude.
Filled with them. No.
Dude, I had one for CD music, and I lost it.
I think it did too.
I lost it.
Honestly.
I was like, fuck.
Johnny!
But yeah. Hell yeah.
You know how we do, my brother.
Yes, sir.
We are going to kick off our show right after this break, because I'm about to pee my pants.
Okay. Piss away.
Are you down?
Yeah. Uploaded.
All right, we are back. Johnny, I will say once again, you know how we do, my brother.
I do.
Yes, we have to bring this full circle by diving into the classics with our first official segment known as Retro Recap! Yes, sir! Dude, that grunge, I needed it, bro. My friends, this is our curated piece of gaming history this week, which we get my list from Moby Gaming, which has been a database since 1999 on basically everything you possibly could imagine. Dude. Yes, dude. Remember when I was doing it from GameFAQs?
Yeah. What a long
sometimes,
time ago.
I'll be honest, sometimes the list is so long for what's come out and changed in history. An entire, 2 pages worth was on this day some years ago. I was going to cover it, but I decided to switch it last second for something more relevant to you.
Right.
But Atari, they rebranded, so they rebranded globally. So every single publication by Atari was rebranded, and it literally took up 2 pages.
No shit.
Yeah.
Huh.
So GameFAQs has a more simplified version, if that makes sense. It doesn't have everything, but sometimes if it's whoa, this is a lot of information, I'll just recap and be like, all right, am I sure this is the one I want to pick? This week I did that, and I'm glad I did, because it caught my eye that I had to switch it, knowing you were going to be on this episode, Johnny.
Okay.
Today's retro recap, my friend, is the collector's edition of Crash Bandicoot. Ooh. My man, this came out on the PlayStation 1 May 8th, 2002 on the original PlayStation. It includes Warped, Crash Team Racing, and Crash Bash.
Crash Bash was sick, dude.
Dude, I figured there was at least one of these games that you had played or you know something about. Basically, I just want to make this really, really simple. This is a compilation containing Crash Bandicoot Warped and CTR and Crash Bash. And I kind of wanted to I'll give you the spiel of the box art. Box art. What am I saying? There's those original PlayStation discs.
Yeah.
Remember I was telling you before we started recording, I couldn't find the official kind of description on the back of the box.
Yeah.
Moby Gaming didn't have it in the database, and Wikipedia didn't have it. I was like, what the heck? I had this pulled up. So I had to find an image,
There's
Johnny.
no info out here.
There's no info out here, brother. So the one that I am most familiar with, and the one that I played extensively of these 3 games, was Crash Team Racing. And I know you're a Mario Kart guy, so regardless of if you even have played this, I wanted to put this out there. And I am not talking the garbage that is the new Crash Team Nitro Racing. No. This game in its original form, and playing it with your buddies with the multitap, by the way.
Yeah.
Such a different vibe. And I will also say, because you played Crash Bash, I want to hear your spiel on that, because that was one that I didn't play.
What?
And I wish I did. I know. I'm a huge Mario Party fan.
Yeah.
I've been told over and over again that this was the better Mario Party.
Yeah.
And I get it, because to me this was the better Mario Kart. So I'm going to read the description that's on the back of the original PlayStation box of the collector's edition specifically, which kind of just doesn't say anything. It just says the 3 games.
Yeah.
So this is just CTR. Okay? Survival of the fastest is the name of the game as friend and foe race for the ultimate prize, Planet Earth.
Damn, dude, that's hard. That is
Confronted
hard.
by nitrous oxide, his most fearsome adversary so far.
Dude, what a loser, too. He's a cheater.
Literally, bro.
Dude.
Literally. Oh, yeah, I'm just made of nitrous oxide, bro, so I'm going to cheat my way through the entire game.
Yeah,
Have you played Diddy Kong Racing?
Yeah. It's similar vein. Yes.
Yeah. It's like the same vibe. Whizpig, literally a cheater, bro.
Dude,
he's flying.
Yeah, as soon as... Well, the thing is, the Nitro Kart, he just takes off, like, on two. You're like, what the fuck?
What is happening? Yeah.
Dude.
I'll continue. So, confronted by nitrous oxide.
Yeah.
His most fearsome adversary so far, Crash Bandicoot is forced to ask his old friends for help. All your favorites join forces in this ultra-fast, addictive kart... Excuse me.
Ooh.
Yeah, 4.
Ooh.
That wasn't it, bro.
I would give it a 3.5.
Yeah, see, like below a 4.
I'm going decimals, dude.
Anyways, addictive kart racing adventure. What the heck?
What are you looking at?
So it has bullet points, right?
Yeah.
For underneath that base description.
Yeah.
I can't... What does that say? Does it say 18?
18 multiple reward.
Yeah.
Multi-reward?
Okay. I thought it was saying is in caps, right? Like the image... Okay, guys. The image is blurry. It's like a scan from the original box art, but it looks like it was scanned like forever ago.
Yeah.
So... 18 is what I'm going to go with. 18 multi-reward tracks with heart-stopping leaps, hairpin bends, and realistic environments that affect gameplay. Loads of weapons and power-ups to help you cheat your way to the front.
That is the game.
Literally, that is the game, bro.
That is the game.
Adventure, arcade, and time trial modes, and additional multiplayer racing options, including 4-player and battle mode.
Fuck yeah.
Dude... This game was amazing. I actually didn't play it until middle school because I didn't have a PS1.
Yeah.
But one of my good buddies, that Reese and I both grew up with this guy. His name's Chris. I've talked about him a couple of times on the show. He really just brought my attention to he was a gamer, but he's like kind of like I'll say like he's a big PC gamer and a big like World of Warcraft player.
He's hard into like the
very
PC
specific
tribe.
games.
Yes,
and he loves games. Like nowadays, all he does is like he'll stick to 1, maybe 2 live action or like live service games. Yeah. So right now he's playing what is it? That one like the offshoot of I think it's called Team Fight Tactics. That's like an offshoot of League of Legends. They made like a strategy game in the same vein, same characters, but it's like a completely different style of game than the like core League of Legends.
So what is it like?
It's like it's kind of like Fire Emblem-esque, like kind of like imagine
top down.
It's top down, but it's all strategy, so it's not real time.
Okay.
You're not controlling the units. You're like commanding them, and they're like in real time, kind of responding to what's happening. And it's a strategy game, so it's kind of like it. When you start it, it looks like a chessboard.
Yeah,
and then they move towards each other. Those type of things.
Right.
I never got into it, but Fire Emblem was one of my favorite series ever, so I definitely understand
Advanced Wars for me, bro.
And you know what? Same dev team, actually. So Advanced Wars is, I played the Game Boy Advance one. Yeah. And fantastic.
They had a badass DS version of it.
Oh, man.
I don't remember what name it was, but it was actually like more grittier than the normal one. Yeah. Like the ones on the Game Boy.
Yeah. And you know they just got it remade on Switch.
I got it. I got it.
Baby.
As soon as it came out.
Yeah. I want to actually go back and play that, but regardless, Chris, when we were kids, he showed me this game, and he grew up on PlayStation, and oh my gosh, we played this so much. I would go to his house for us to play this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Honestly exceptional. Did you play it at all?
Nitro Kart Racing?
Not Nitro.
Oh, not the new one, but the old one. Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
CTR Racing, period.
Yes.
All right, yes. Yes, I did. I played a lot of it, actually. I didn't really like beat it by any means, but like I mainly played it with other people.
Yeah.
Like I was like, that was like when that game came out, I kind of wasn't into racing games because they were so kind of hard to begin with. Besides Mario Kart. Mario Kart wasn't really that hard. You just had to understand.
64 was just fucked.
Yeah, you just need to look at like the graphics of the game and eventually, hopefully,
you can
get
adapt.
better at it.
Yeah.
Where
this
Nitro,
game is wild.
This game is like, if you're not on it, it will show you why you shouldn't be playing.
Yeah, like, it like exemplifies all of the funnest elements for me in Mario Kart, which is like the items, the chaos, being like so much happening on screen that you almost can't fully take it all in and react accordingly.
And how sly of them to do it when they pick up an item and you kind of know what it does. You know what I mean? Like,
Kinda.
You're like, all right, yeah. I think this is the green shell almost, right?
Yeah, right. No, so I honestly, I never fully got it down.
Easy draw, you know what I mean?
Easy draw, very easy to play.
Yeah.
Extremely difficult to master.
Yes.
What was your take on Crash Bash?
Crash Bash is like the better version of a party game, obviously. For me, it was more of like I'd play it with my cousins. They owned it. You know?
Okay.
And
did you play Mario Party?
Yeah.
Growing up, like on 64.
Yeah, 64. Yeah. Mario Party 3.
Mario Party
with the
3,
moon, dude.
The best
with
one.
With the moon.
Yeah, dude. Mario Party 3 was the best one. I think the mascot was like that little dice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like you would beat a campaign with a character, and the mountains would be in the background, right? And like almost like a Rushmore. You know?
Yeah.
But so in comparison to that, like, because I've seen it being booted up, but I've never actually like played the game.
It's funny, like how they set, like, you know how in Mario Party you kind of, as you're playing with each other, it's more of like as the mini game shows up, like you're going against someone or a group of people are going against one person, right?
Okay.
Or a team, right?
Yeah.
And usually the games are kind of oriented on I got you, you got me, or like a race or whatever.
Yeah.
Same thing, but they're a little more crude. Like I'm throwing TNT at you or something stupid like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like there was always like kind of crazy like I think there was like a one that you would jump to pad, and it was like a rhythm. So like everyone had to jump at the same time. Everyone had to
so
jump.
So it's like 4-player mini games.
Yeah.
Just like Mario Party.
Exactly.
Did they have like a board game? Like, is that a part of it? Is it just? I asked because that's like a huge part of Mario Party, right?
Yeah.
It's like this whole kind of like there's mini games within the game itself.
I think it was more of collecting boxes, I believe.
Oh,
but it's been a minute.
Okay, it's been a minute. What's like the overall objective? Just to beat all the mini games?
I think the first person to get like a certain score, I think, of boxes or like the apple things or whatever the hell they're called.
Oh yeah,
the Wampa fruit.
The Wampa fruit.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I actually have never beaten a Crash game ever.
Oh, really?
They're insanely difficult. At least the classics.
Yeah. First one especially. I
can't stand the first one.
Yeah.
That bridge level. No, dude, not okay.
Me and my stepdad would play the PlayStation 1 and we would play the first one, right?
Okay.
And we would play that when we get to that mission, we would have all these lives saved up. Like damn near close to 100 lives, right? And after that map, you'd end up with maybe 30 of them left. Like it's just hard.
Bro.
How it makes you jump to position. You have no idea where you're landing. There is a shadow, but the vague depthness perception of that map is hard. And you can kind of cheese it by jumping on the side and running up on the road.
Oh, okay.
So it was kind of like nerfed on the Bob's Toys version of it, the newer one. First one, second one, and the
Toys for Bob.
Yeah, Toys for Bob.
Yeah.
Did you know they just actually became independent?
No.
Yeah.
Maybe that popped up in a news article. I feel like it's kind of deja vu.
It's actually last week, I believe.
It just happened.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I did not know. Yeah. That's kind of wild.
Yeah. Which is, I think they were owned by the Influencer Group. And they're kind of like EA. They like buy all these developers
studios,
and then just dries them out.
Yeah.
You know, and thank God for them because they made the Spyro trilogy. They did the Nitro Kart Racing, which I know you don't like, but
just because of what it is now.
It is
like
so
it's not
fucking insane.
Is it actually?
Yeah. So it just punishes you a lot.
And I don't mean the remake.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm talking like the live service one.
Yeah. So that one punishes you a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. So like if you're not hitting your boosts down, everyone else in the game knows how to boost and knows how their car handles and knows exactly where all the turns are and where the like side kind of like shortcuts are. Like, unlike Mario Kart, where you can either be tethered to the track, or you could kind of veer off and do your own shit.
Yeah, it's got. But you have to have comeback mechanics.
You have to have a boost for that, right?
Yeah.
If you don't have a boost in general in Mario Kart or
like CTR,
like
Nitro,
you're done. You're not winning. You're not winning,
bro. Dude. That's sick. All right.
Yes, sir.
Johnny, let's move on to our next section here, which is the Flash News, my friend. I do have an article that came out this morning, which you might have gotten wind of. And it is more of the Nintendo alley, I will say. But I do have some more news here. I'm sorry. It's not. Actually, that's the secondary. We'll get there. Okay, I'll give you an option. Fair. But I had something that has been we actually talked about it at the bar. I think the last time I saw you, like on Saturday, maybe even the time before that.
You're gonna have to remind me.
Yeah. Well, the title of this article is PlayStation cancels Helldivers 2 mandatory PSN sign-in requirement following player uproar. So this is seemingly the conclusion of this episodic news everywhere about Helldivers 2.
Yeah.
You told me. I had a text from my buddy Caleb back home. Yeah. Adrell was saying it because Adrell's been a big he's been
Helldivers 2.
I think he's been streaming it a lot. Yeah,
dude,
just playing Helldivers 2.
Game.
Yeah, and you were telling me literally to play it.
Yes.
So before I dive into the article, because it will address everything, but like how were you feeling about everything?
Now, I might be out of the loop on this one. But is it general fact of like, are people in an uproar because it's not a PlayStation exclusive?
No. Did you hear about?
No, I don't know.
They were basically, what I was catching wind of was, in summary, they were forcing you to make and sign into a PlayStation Network account on the Steam or the PC version of this game.
All right.
Retroactively.
Right. Okay, so you have to pay.
An update.
So you have to pay to like.
I don't. I'm not sure about that. I don't think so.
That's fucked up if that's true.
That would be actually. I think that would be a different conversation.
Sony.
I think it was really simple. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was just you had to have an account. You had to make an account.
Okay.
Kind of like Minecraft, when it came to Switch, you had to have a Microsoft account.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. The Mohave and shit. Yeah. Okay, so in general, though, who's mad about that?
All right. Let's get into the article. Perfect. I wanted to pick your brain to see if you had gotten wind of some of this, but let's
that sounds like a great thing. I don't know what the fuck that's about.
The subtext is managed democracy to the rescue.
Amen.
Helldivers 2. GameSpot may get a... Wait, what? Oh, yeah. It says GameSpot may get a commission from retail offers. I think it was because GameSpot broke the story on this, but check this out. Last week, we saw a new policy change for Helldivers 2 on PC as a PSN account became a mandatory requirement to sign into the game. This announcement didn't go over well with the Helldivers 2 player base, and after the game was bombarded with literally thousands of negative reviews, review bombed is like the new term, right? Yeah. Sony announced that it had reversed course on this decision. Quote, Helldivers fans, we've heard your feedback. I think I should do quotes in an accent. I feel like it would just be funnier.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you have to do it in Japanese because, I'm just kidding.
No, can you interpret for me?
No,
you have to stand next to me and you have to actually there's got to be a delay in what's coming out of my mouth. You know what I mean? Just like in the Nintendo Directs.
Yeah, I just read off the iPad. I don't know what he's saying.
Helldivers fans, we've heard your feedback on the Helldivers 2 account linking update. The May 6th update, which would have required Steam and PlayStation Network account linking for new players and for concurrent players beginning May 30th will not be moving forward, Sony wrote in a statement on its official account. Continuing, we're still learning what is best for PC players and your feedback has been invaluable. Thanks again for your continued support of Helldivers 2 and we'll continue to keep you updated on future plans. That was actually a direct...
Wait. That was really good. You sound like Turkishima from, Cyberpunk. But
hell yeah. I've never even played Cyberpunk, so...
Shit.
I was my brain was kind of defaulting to Thor.
No.
Kind of that
Yeah. Well, yeah.
style.
Yeah. Nordic, but with the pause.
Right. I'll take it, baby. So, this is pretty big. I mean, right now, before I even continue, my headspace is like, okay, this sounds very PR, very exactly what you should be saying.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping this article goes in the nitty gritty, and if not, we'll just dive more into it, okay? But Sony's decision to enforce a PSN account requirement had major ramifications last week, as Helldivers 2 was quickly delisted in 177 countries where PSN is not available. Can you imagine that?
Oh,
that's nuts. Okay, Arrowhead.
Hey, to be honest, though, that might be a good thing because a lot of those players are dog shit and they fucking bomb their own teammates for Pete's sakes. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's a whole other issue.
Yeah.
So,
anyways,
Arrowhead's CEO Johan Palisted, sorry if I butchered that, probably did, commented on the problem on Sunday, explaining that the studio was talking solutions, in quotes, with PlayStation behind the scenes. Honestly, it seems like PlayStation did this behind Arrowhead's back, is kind of what I heard. Like, they were kind of like pushing this, and Arrowhead's like, we don't want to do this, but PlayStation was the ones who really
have
spearheaded
control
this.
of those servers, period. And the thing is that...
Well, their IP, right?
Yeah,
like, PlayStation's fairly new to the PC space.
Right, but on top of that, they've been slowly bringing games to PC, which is why they're, like, stepping that way. But the thing is that I think more than anything, they hired people to run like the battles and stuff. I think I was telling you this before, but there's literally a person that's hired to.
You're right.
To make sure the game kind of gets either more exciting or easier depending on who's playing it, right?
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
Yeah, which is awesome. Okay,
yeah. Because
it'll add spice to it, especially if it's like supposed to be like, Earth's gonna lose this planet.
Yes,
sorry. You know what I mean? No, but like, it's just nuts. It just throws shit at you, and you're just like, oh my god. But the thing is that they're gonna have control over that.
Yeah, all of it if it's under the umbrella. Which this is nothing new because stuff has happened with Blizzard, Activision, EA, you name it. Okay, very few big studios now are clean. What's the word I'm looking for? Have a clean slate.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, no blood on their hands because
Sony, EA, all of them, dude.
Pretty much everyone, you know. Really, I think I mentioned on the previous podcast with the last news piece that was in this wheelhouse, but I think last year with all of the notorious record layoffs and just kind of like downsizing, more investing in AI, less into people, Atlas and Nintendo were the only ones really not partaking in this, and indie devs, right?
Yeah.
I'm just talking the big boys.
Yeah.
So I think, this is definitely a really bad move that is going to taint PlayStation. Probably not as a big of a deal as like doing the DRM thing on Xbox One, but kind of in that wheelhouse. Like they made a decision that definitely was for like mandatory engagement and money, right?
Yeah.
So let's continue, and then we can further discuss here, because I do want to know your thoughts on this.
Yeah.
Originally, the PSN requirement was supposed to have been a part of the game when Helldivers 2 launched, but due to the overwhelming success the game had, it was postponed for a later date. Quote, "It was my decision to disable account linking at launch so that players could play the game." That's what Palisted actually wrote himself on Twitter. So that's like the spearhead of Arrowhead, which is the developers of Helldivers, okay?
Right.
"I did not ensure players were aware of the requirement, and we didn't talk about it enough. We knew for about 6 months before launch that it would be mandatory for online PS titles." Wow, he actually knew. I didn't know that. So I'm kind of learning as I go too. Mm-hmm. With the controversy seemingly over, Helldivers 2 players can expect to play around with several new Arctic-themed weapons in the Polar Patriots War Bond this month. Meanwhile, blah 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 about other games that don't matter.
Yeah.
Kind of nuts. It didn't really, honestly, bro. I didn't skim, and I probably should have. There was many articles. I was getting an email every day from my news thing on what was going down in this.
Yeah.
And if I remember right, like, really, that statement alone, like, we gave players no warning on this. So in none of the, agreements that they signed, nothing verbal that this was even a plan to happen.
Right.
And then it just happens. And I get that Arrowhead doesn't have control. I'm glad he's taking a little bit of like fall here too.
Yeah.
That makes me feel good. I feel like that Arrowhead, they don't release a lot, But Helldivers 1, I remember how big that got. That was a really big
But
deal.
Helldivers 1 was a completely different game.
It was a completely different game.
Completely
different.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I kind of want to know if you got any more thoughts on this.
I obviously didn't know much about it, but to be fair, I haven't had time to partake in news of that sort. But
I'm happy that this was news to you.
Yeah. Shocking, honestly.
Yeah.
The thing is that usually I feel like Sony handles themselves all right with things like this, and this is an all right thing.
Definitely.
It don't look good.
It doesn't look good.
But the thing is too with the whole Helldivers thing is like, I'm just in general a guy just not a fan of rules.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's just me though.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Or like forced contractual shit.
Yeah.
You know, and definitely I'm seeing this as like a. I definitely could see the stance of like, oh well, Xbox did it first, right? Like in how they were, I mean, that was a whole conversation with the evolution of Xbox One. Is okay. We're still in the console space, but everything we have is available on PC, right?
Yeah.
But you have to have a Microsoft account. You have to like
kind of
be
makes
connected.
sense.
It makes
sense.
And they did it off rip, right? Like this is like the 177 countries just immediately delisting it. I think that speaks volumes to how much of an effect this actually has.
I think there's only like 100 or 210 or 230 countries on this earth. And on this planet, and I think that's a good amount of them that aren't there.
Pretty good amount, man. Especially, I mean, could you imagine if you bought it, you were playing it, and then now you can't?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, dude. Yeah. But at least it's not full price.
Yeah.
Say that.
No, for sure. Yeah, man. I don't know that we have much more else to say on it. I feel like the topic is pretty exhausted.
Pretty sad.
Johnny, I have, before we dive into the main topic this week, my friend, I have a piece of news that came out this morning, which is kind of on top of two articles I was going to have you sift from and tell me which one piqued your interest the most. So why don't I save the article I found that I will brief after this, and first I will have you select from these two titles.
Shoot.
They are both about Switch 2 rumors, by the way. So, one is about handheld mode. Okay. One is about the new Joy-Con. We'll call them Joy-Cons, but seems the rumor is there might be different controllers.
Okay. I'm going to go different controllers. What could it be?
Okay.
What could it be?
So the title is Switch 2 rumor to have magnetic suction-based
what the fuck?
controllers on claims from third-party controller manufacturer. And the subtext is, here's your grain of salt. I think you chose right because I'll preface, I haven't read either of these articles. I just thought they both were a draw, and we're going to find out together.
We're on the same ride.
We are, bro.
Oh,
all right, so
here's
Nintendo Switch successor console, referred to by many as the Nintendo Switch 2, will feature magnetic Joy-Cons, backwards compatibility, and a host of other new features according to the latest batch of rumors. These alleged details about the yet-to-be-revealed device first showed up from Spanish outlet Vandal. I like that. And were later cooperated by third-party Switch accessory manufacturer Mobapad. I've never heard of them, but, it
must be good if Nintendo's talking to them.
Yeah, exactly. So they say that the console will swap away from the rail-locked method used by the current Switch and its Joy-Cons in favor of a larger electromagnetic suction controllers. I'm thinking suction is a weird word to use, but I feel like I'm really invested in the magnet ecosystem.
Yeah.
And I think you know what I'm talking about. If you have a new iPhone, you have MagSafe.
Yeah.
Magnets are actually magical. You were you brought up that magnet when we were building the desk, and you're like, oh, if you don't want it to pull out, here's a magnet.
Just put a magnet right.
Magnets are amazing, man. So I am all for this. If the rumors are accurate, players can also expect metal SL and SR buttons, as well as one additional new button on the side of each controller. Mobapad adds that the new controllers will still feature HD rumble, which I think is amazing. HD rumble, and even now by extension, the rumble you feel in the PS5.
Oh, dude.
Dude,
Out of this world.
You can't believe it until you feel it. And then you're like, oh.
I know you guys don't like Horizon Forbidden West, but
I just haven't played it.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm just talking shit. I'll be honest.
Honestly, Zero Dawn, I did burn myself out. I will say that.
Okay, but dude,
I hate that dog shit.
You got me out. All right, the haptic feedback triggers on Forbidden West.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're pulling a heavy bowl, right? You're pulling it, and it's a long, heavy pull. It affects you being able to pull that trigger back. Okay?
Okay.
But as soon as you pull it through and it clicks, and then you let it go and it releases, dude, it's so satisfying.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Dude, if you already know what the remote can do, that's a game that came out. I mean, yeah, it came out for the PlayStation 4 too, but you got to try that one. Just try it.
I honestly want to. I still haven't even played Ragnarok. Like, those are like two games. Like, it kind of like goes like this for me. It's like,
it hurt my feelings.
It's Ragnarok first.
Yeah.
And then I think before Forbidden West, honestly, it's the Spider-Man series. Like, I just have to.
Yeah.
And then I do want to play Forbidden West because I've heard on multiple accounts how amazing it is. And this is coming from people who thought the first game was amazing. So, I also thought the first game was amazing, other than, I mean, really the only real draw against the game is the fact that Breath of the Wild came out at the exact same time. And I was all in.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Unfortunate for
Sony.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's continue, though. Nintendo hasn't officially pulled back the curtain on the Switch 2, much less confirmed what kind of controller it will support, and if the rumors are to be believed, it sounds like the players will at least be able to continue using their old Joy-Cons and Pro Controllers as well as their original physical and digital Switch games. It would no doubt be nice to head into another Nintendo generation with some degree of backwards compatibility, though it's unclear how or if the old Joy-Cons would be able to pair with the new magnetic
I was just going
console.
to say that, because if it's ditching the rails, you have to have something that's going to be the magnet's going to attach to after that.
Exactly.
So it's got to be something on rail too.
I'm thinking,
or
though,
just an attachment.
Hear me out. What if they're just compatible via wireless, but they're not actually railable?
Well, that's bullshit for the handheld mode.
Only for backwards compatibility, though.
So they're making you buy a new one?
What if it just comes with the Switch?
Maybe. Okay.
You know what I mean?
It would be strong arm me,
bro. It would be bullshit if I'm just that's where I'm at. Like, honestly, like it, because a problem with the rails is it takes up real estate.
Yeah.
And I just hate the rails. I really do. I
they
understand.
Don't click satisfyingly at all.
I think the click is actually the best part. It's the feeling you have when you're playing it.
Yeah.
And there's a little rattle.
Yeah.
And it's like it's just not. No, and honestly, if we're talking satisfying, in my mind, a magnet that's designed to fit, that sounds like a fucking Switch. Oh, dude.
Dude, that'd be nice.
Yeah, just like real close.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah. No, I'm with you. Okay. MobilePad also claims that the Switch 2 will continue to support USB-C, and its dock is said to feature minor changes to its appearance while delivering 4K resolution.
Dude,
man.
This is the step up this Switch needs.
I'm so excited. I'm like so gassed up.
I don't believe it's going to be full-blown 4K native.
I honestly, I don't know
I
how
think it'll be checkered. Maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. I honestly, like, ray tracing, that shouldn't even be in the conversation.
No.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
But it's close. It's close. If it just runs stronger, you're winning.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the site also references the new dock's adjustable damping bracket on the back. That's in quotes. I don't even know what that means. Though it is possible that they're talking about the Switch 2's kickstand. The device's screen is said to be an 8-inch display that supports 1080p resolution. That would be a full step up from the 720p display that we have on the Switch OLED.
All right, so for instance, you have the bigger version of my phone.
I do, yeah.
So that's 7.2.
What's the Switch OLED? Can you look that up real quick?
Oh, Switch
Let's
OLED.
fact check that. Yeah, how big is the Switch OLED screen?
Yeah.
I feel like it's 8.
It might be. Switch.
Maybe it's bigger. Maybe it's 9. I'm actually really curious if this is going to be bigger. I honestly hope it's the same size or bigger.
We'll see. Hold on.
Yeah, let's check it out.
7 inches.
No way. The OLED?
Yeah, the OLED model is a 7-inch OLED screen.
This is going to be bigger.
Diagonal.
Let's go.
And I believe the OLED is 0.8 inches bigger than the base model.
Yeah,
Switch.
it's not that much bigger, but it's feels
significantly
bigger.
It's a handheld. That's what it is.
Yeah, every time, you know. Johnny, let's take this moment to segue directly into the article that was posted this morning, which really is on par with what we just talked about. Nintendo confirms when it will reveal Nintendo Switch 2.
Are they calling it 2 or Pro, dude?
Let's find out. This is an official reveal, though. So this article is coming from IGN. This was posted. Oh, I'm sorry. This is actually Game Rant. Sweet. The last one was IGN. I did not credit them. This article, though, was an email. I always get an email feed from Game Rant, so this is a direct link. Published 16 hours ago. Nintendo reveals when there will be an announcement about the rumored Switch 2, the long-awaited successor to the popular console. Nintendo has revealed that fans can expect an announcement about the upcoming Switch successor. I guess that answers your question.
Yeah.
Or Switch 2, as some might say, sometime before the end of the current fiscal year. Rumors about the next iteration of the Nintendo Switch have been swirling for the past couple of years, which is understandable considering the company's unique hybrid console originally launched back in 2017.
I was going to say that. In a minute.
Yeah, it's honestly kind of jumping into the rumors we just talked about, but the fiscal year ends March 21st, 2025. So
The Nintendo Direct is what you said?
yeah, so they said they will announce it themselves, in a direct before the end of the fiscal year. So that is a big amount of time, but hear me out. E3, or at least, well, it was E3, is right around the corner. Like, announcements are still happening, right?
Yeah.
This is at the end of the article. Furukawa, which I skipped a lot, but he's definitely involved with Nintendo.
Hold on one sec.
Yes.
Before you continue.
Yeah.
You said 25? March?
Yeah.
25th? Like the 20th?
March 31st, 2025.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's still a long time, dude.
That is a ways out.
Any announcements that they do give, it's like either a hint of like maybe a launch game or like it's going to be like a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5 thing.
Yeah, well, do you remember when we talked about, it was on the news, I think it was literally stemming off of, or we made the main topic about like the whole Switch sequel speculation, right? So on that episode, that was specifically when we didn't get this announcement yet. Obviously, this came this morning, but it was confirmed by leakers and an exorbitant amount of leakers that this was definitely coming out. It was delayed from this holiday to like next March.
Yeah.
So that falls in the umbrella, like timing wise. Yeah. It is a ways out, but it wouldn't be my guess would be that the delay needed to happen for whatever reason. So the original plan was a reveal in June and then a release in
Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas or November usually.
Just
December.
like the classic video
it's very
game
classic
thing.
Yeah.
To do. Yeah.
So if the delay is on point, that means they still have already been prepping this reveal anyway. So I don't think it matters in the grand scheme of things. I think honestly, what I'm saying is that we will get a pretty hefty reveal. I don't think Nintendo is just going to be like, oh, here's a tiny, and then that's it. Especially if it's coming out in June, because June's always the big boy announcements, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of where my headspace is at. Let me finish the article, and then I want to see if you feel the same.
Yes, sir.
Furukawa specifically stated that there will be no Switch 2 announcement during the upcoming Nintendo Direct. Sorry, there's a typo in the article. It always throws me off when I don't proofread, bro. So it's not going to be announced during this next Direct. in June. In February, after the rumored console delay, Brazilian journalist Pedro Henrique Lutilipe stated that Nintendo would reveal its next console in June 2024. So directly contradicting what Nintendo actually said. However, even if the Nintendo Direct is reserved for revealing software slated for release in the latter half of the year, there could feasibly still be an announcement about the Switch 2 in June. And I will say, too, coming off that article, Nintendo's been liars before, as everyone has with PR. So, we got to take what they say literally with a grain of salt.
Fable.
Yeah, bro.
Dude,
or even...
plant the tree.
From Nintendo specifically, I remember when... I can't remember the exact context, but... they were just kind of like coming out with the Switch, and the Switch was launching, and I think they just came out with like a 3DS game, and there was still Wii U support, obviously. It was Bowser's Inside Story that came out for the original 3DS, right? And so did Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, wasn't people pretty pissed off about that?
Absolutely, I was pissed
because now you just released a great game. Well, I have never played that one.
Well, it was like, here's a new console, and then here's a remake.
There's no games for it.
Yeah, bro. What are you doing? So I think someone specifically asked them if they're going to discontinue the 3DS, and there was a PR statement that said, we have no plans to discontinue. And then a month later, they announced the discontinuation of the 3DS. So it could be anything. Yeah. You got any more thoughts?
Exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so with you, bro. The Switch that you and Jade have, is it like more... She probably plays it more, yeah?
Oh, yeah. She plays it way more than me. But she doesn't play it that often. So it's more of like I'm jumping from either my list of games that I've been trying to get to.
Okay.
Or like I just bought a new one and guess what's on the radar? So I never get a chance to actually fully dive into that Switch all the time like she does.
Totally.
She does it more.
So it sounds like you need to get yourself a Switch too.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, and then we will be on board.
Let's go.
Johnny, let's take a quick break, prep for mentally and physically, do some push-ups or something for the main topic right around the corner. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. We actually decided to just completely, what would the word be? Like we stopped recording and we saved it for tomorrow.
I'd say adulting sucks.
Yeah, unfortunately. But to be honest, like Johnny and I have actually spent, at this point, several hours just kind of like evolving the studio that we were talking about before the season, actually. And it's coming together really nicely.
Dandy.
Yeah, do you like standing? Because it's like on a standing desk
interesting.
Now. Yeah.
I like talking to people, like, in general. But, like, sitting down is, like,
really? I
comfy, but people. Like if you're kind of formal and you're standing, like notice how I'm like standing like this.
Right.
I just naturally go into like a nice lean
back, right,
and I'm like, okay.
I feel like I'm more engaged because like physiologically, right, like you're more awake when you're standing. If
I'm like tired, right, and I'm showing it, I'm all
exactly. But there is a thing too about also in psychology I learned that like if the more comfortable you are with your body language, the more comfortable you are up here. You know what I mean? Like actually just so at the bar a lot, I'll just like lean when I'm listening to people because then I'm just so relaxed.
Plus doing that against the person that you're like having the conversation with.
Yeah.
That kind of leans towards the it's all cool vibe here.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
This is home.
Right.
Relax.
Yeah. Right. Relax. Yeah, we're all relaxed.
Let's have a good time.
So, coming into today, having also, like, just a little bit more, like, preparation for Johnny, like, just for how he exactly wants to unpack all this, and I'm so excited. And I did tell him, too, before we started that if this is, like, long enough that we need to, like, pause all this, talk more about it, there definitely will be a part 2. So, time isn't really, we do, what do we got? It's 4:40 right now.
4:40.
And we got to...
An hour and...
Like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Literally an hour and a half. All right.
Hour and a half.
Yeah, and, you're pretty confident that you can wrap this up pretty quick. So, we'll see how it goes. But there's no, we're going to go with the flow as we always do on the Flash Brothers podcast.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying, Johnny?
Yes, sir.
So... coming off of our little pre-hangout we were doing, right into this recording, I was showing him Pokemon Sleep. Be honest, does it look interesting?
It does.
Yeah,
It
like
does.
it's so much deeper than I thought it was, and it's genuinely like Johnny's even just watching me just like collect my shit for my Pokemon right now, and just like how casual it is to actually play. So it almost like this probably would not be a game I would even give the time of day to if I was actively playing, like, I don't know, the new Paper Mario that's about to come out. Actually, I'm so excited for that. Or Final Fantasy Rebirth, right?
Of course.
Because, or if I was able to game a lot, but I can't right now.
Right.
And because my brain space is so filled up, this is so simple. It was like a lot to learn, but like this isn't a game you sit there and like really play.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a strategy game that you set up and just let it do its thing.
It's a passive game.
It's a passive game. It's a lot of fun. So
literally the
I
definition of one.
thought it would be neat to show Johnny a live demo of what it looks like to wake up in the morning. Because I started, you can do a nap, which is anything longer than 90 minutes. And you can do it on the app if you don't have the Poke Walker.
That's a long fucking nap.
So, yeah, 90 minutes. Yeah. I'm aiming for 20.
Damn.
You know but, on the desk right there is that's my Poke Walker, right?
Yeah, this thing.
Check it out.
This thing.
Right there. It's in a case.
That's cute.
For a very specific reason, so I don't accidentally engage or disengage. If you hold the button down for 2 seconds or like 1 second, it engages or disengages the sleep. So I've had it happen in my bag, and I like wake up the next morning and it doesn't tell you that it did this, and you're like, wait, what is happening? And you just get garbage because it took like a 1 minute nap, right? Like it's like, what is that? So I've been doing
There should be a fail safe where you have to hit it on your phone too.
Dude, I know. Like,
doesn't that make sense?
Believe me. Like, it literally, how it will pop up, because the game is very flashy. It's honestly really well designed.
It's very, like...
it's very pretty.
If you went to your, if you went to the hospitals, in Pokemon and revive your guys. Yeah. And then you go into the side and you'd be storing your Pokemon. It has that vibe, but animated.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Definitely, man. Yeah. So this is like, you're going to see like actually what it tells you about your sleep, right? So the duration, it wants you to get 8.5 hours of sleep. That's 100% score.
Damn.
All you're trying to get with sleeping really is the 100% score. But there is additional shit that does matter. So it gives you the time you slept. It compares it to your last session you had. Right? Then it gives you a sleep graph, and it shows you where you're at in your sleep stages. Okay. The phone and the Pokewalker both do this, but the phone actually records audio to kind of help it gauge, and it categorizes them. You know how it's like stage 1, stage 2, REM. Right? When you're looking at a graph, it's dozing, snoozing, and slumbering.
Perfect.
Okay? That matters because now you can see there's a percentage of each for this session, which it was sitting on my desk. I'll be honest and upfront, I am using it when I sleep, but I also am on the game side of it and collecting Pokemon. Like, that's what I care about because I actually don't track my sleep with it. It doesn't connect to Apple or, like, Google Fitbit or anything like that.
In what damn way does it actually like know you're sleeping?
Dude, I don't know how these trackers work. I'm gonna be honest.
That's scary.
I feel like
the camera's on.
Yeah, there's no way it can be fully accurate, right?
No way.
It's like because it would detect, especially with a partner in your bed too, right? Yeah. So if Kendall's in there and she moves, it'll detect that I'm moving. Yeah. And I might not be.
Yeah,
right?
It's a liar.
So right, it's like what I'm not using this to actually track anyway, but. It does give you these stats, and it matters because you can see I got 96% slumbering because it just thought I was chilling and just passed out.
Yeah, you're
and
gone,
so they're Pokemon that you get in the game that appear to be caught are a type. They're either dozing, snoozing, or slumbering.
No shit. So the longer you're in slumber.
Guess who's the rarest Pokemon right now?
Snorlax.
It's Onyx.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, you get one every week, bro. You raise that Snorlax up. No, it's Onyx. And Onyx is only on this one stage, which is a cave. I think it's called Tape Hollow. I'm in the Reddit community, and just like, what's cool about it is everyone's figuring it out with the data mining and strategy in a community, which they always do, but there's no data mining of this game because it's a live service game. Yeah. So it's through like people actually figuring it out and reporting their own data with the game. It's really sick. So Onyx is the rarest because I think he's a dozing type, which means you're barely sleeping, okay? And his percentage is like capped at like 25%. on like if all these variables are like perfectly aligned. And I'm not going that hard. I'm not going to try to like hijack my device and try to get the style. Yeah. It's just a part of the game that makes it interesting, right? Mm-hmm. So without further ado, it tells you your type. I got slumbering today, which means it's going to like spawn Pokemon that are only slumbering. Okay. Right. It also doesn't objectively look at like how you slept. It compares it to your last 30 days of sleep. So if it's to balance the game, because if you say you're always a deep sleeper, you're never going to see the other Pokemon, right?
No.
But it will gauge and then almost just do like an average,
a self-scaled average for you.
Exactly. Right. It's also possible to get a balanced sleep type. Well, as you can see, it's now taking the score of my Snorlax and how fat he is and turning it, I think it's multiplying it by your sleep score. Well, I took a nap, which is, I did 4.5 hours. So I got like a 50 sleep score, which means when I actually like sleep tonight, that is going to be the other half of my sleep. And I'll get like the full score. And I've split the Pokemon into 2 sessions. There's a big problem with that, which is that really good rare Pokemon that are already evolved, like a Charizard, okay, which I'm looking for right now.
Get them.
You have to really be the highest drowsy power possible. So it would have been easily double that if I slept tonight. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. We're done explaining. Of the 8 possible spawns, I'm getting 7 based on his score. Mm-hmm. And we're going to see what I got. So this is what I wake up to in the morning, right? So we got a Charmander, which I desperately need. A Flaffy, Geodude, Jigglypuff.
Dude, that's sick, dude.
Sudowoodo. Yeah, and
he's just chilling.
Oh, Graveler, what is that?
That's the lower Lucario.
Yeah, I'm like, what's his name? Riolu.
Yeah, I
always forget.
Yeah, that's a weird
Anyways, so there's a star next to their name, which is not their name. It's their sleep pose. Each Pokemon has 4 sleep poses.
Are you fucking serious?
That is a part of the dex and completing the dex, right? So unfortunately have...
You got a lot to gather.
I know.
Crap.
And notice that none of them say new in big red letters, meaning I already have all these, which is unfortunate because to really progress to the next island is the Dragon Island. I need to get there.
Yeah.
I am like 20-something Pokedex
Charizard's
away.
There, bro.
Dude, Charizard's here actually, and I need to find him.
Sorry to hear that.
No, I gotta. You know, it's honestly better objectively to get the lowest evolution in this game because I kind of explained to you about like the carrying mechanic before we started recording.
Right.
So they like gather things. Well, and they have a main skill. Yeah. When they evolve, both of those elements automatically upgrade. So that's a permanent effect that the adult version, if you were to catch a Charizard, you wouldn't have that.
Right.
So
it's worth getting the
lowers. It's worth it. This is a passive game that is all about the grind.
Yeah.
And it's a very different grind. Oh, now you're going to see. This is actually the gameplay. So 2 of them are hungry, meaning whatever I feed them, you feed them biscuits. Okay? So I'm going to get my Pokeball biscuit. I'm going to feed it to this Jigglypuff. It's hungry. So it's automatically going to get triple value, which is 1 heart. And so it's getting 3. Okay?
Okay.
And then you can see that little gauge fill up. And once it caps the gauge, that's when you actually capture the Pokemon. So he's 1 away now. I might as well catch the Jigglypuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're there. You're there.
It's for a good roll. Jigglypuff's like a healer. So you need one of those. He'll basically always keep that energy high in your Pokemon. The Sudowoodo is also hungry. We must feed the boy.
Yes, sir.
Here's the Pokeball. Let's see. Ooh,
3.
It got the triple. Oh, it was hungry, wasn't it? I just said that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
There's a chance it could, but it's super low. There's also a chance it can crit, and you automatically catch the Pokemon.
No shit.
Yeah. There's also a Master Biscuit. I've gotten 2 of them, and low-key, they're not worth it. There's like a currency for spending real money in the game, which I've done. I mean, like, come on. Just the membership.
I'm not
when Raikou came out. No. But hear me out. What makes it also good because I was turned off from Fire Emblem and stopped playing pretty much just because of the microtransactions. It was so absurd.
Yeah.
You know, like you genuinely to even get a character you really wanted,
you could not get everyone unless you spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Activision.
Yeah,
Thank you.
dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. So, I'm going to save it for later, but I just want to kind of give you a rundown and show you before we get into Metal Gear Solid.
All right.
Yeah. How'd that look like after kind of like seeing that?
It makes more sense. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, Pokemon Sleep, why the hell would you play that?
Yeah.
Dude, the whole point of the game is sleeping? Okay, well, I could do that without playing the game. I'll tell you that right now, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I at least want to. You know what I mean?
No, honestly, it's sweet. And so I was telling Johnny that my entire fucking life, bro, I have struggled to wake up like efficiently and like consistently. My only time doing it was going to the gym at like 4 a.m, and that only lasted for like 8 months. And I'm honestly pretty shocked I was able to do that. But if you set your mind to something, you can fucking do it.
Discipline.
Discipline. Yes. But it's just always been hard, especially like the more comfortable I am in life. I feel like it's like the temptation to sleep is always there.
Oh yeah.
I have the opposite effect now, and I have really hard time sleeping. Mm-hmm. But this is the most exciting thing first thing in the morning. I am not kidding. It's like you wake up, you activate or deactivate like the sleeping device, and you see what Pokemon you caught. You know?
Dude, you're gonna go hard in this, and then you're gonna be like, you and Kendall are gonna be sleeping, right? Mm-hmm. You're just gonna be chilling, and then she rolls over, and you roll over right next to her. You fucking move.
If I go that hard, please slap me, bro. Yeah. Please.
Don't get me out of slumber, dude. Don't get me out of slumber.
We are here, my brother. It is time for our main topic today, which is Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
Amen.
And this was, as I said earlier, I can't remember if it was on pregame, but the first real sit-down conversation about gaming we had after I started the podcast was Metal Gear Solid. You brought that up, and then you kept bringing it up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, someday I will bring you here to talk about Metal Gear Solid. Today is the day, my friend. So I'm ready to buckle down and take this all in.
All right. So, Hideo Kojima. What a legend, dude. So this guy is very artistic. He has a very
I think it's putting it lightly.
Weird. Yeah. He's very autistic. I mean,
sadistic?
did I say that?
What the? Yeah. Dude, he's all over the map, bro.
His taste is insane.
His brain is on a completely different level. You only need to look at one game to see this. Not even Metal Gear.
No.
Okay? No. That game is Death Stranding.
Death Stranding.
Just look at the cover art in the back and one like piece of concept art. You're like, who is this
dude?
guy?
The world ended, and all of a sudden these and the whole world is now like not connected, and you're building roads to deliver these packages, right?
Yes, man. Like, what is going on?
What's going on? Oh, and there's tar monsters. What the fuck?
Bruh, this guy just thinks on a completely different level, right? So,
yeah. But in this case, Metal Gear Solid is under the same kind of almost relatable to today's issues, right? So the war complex, the industrial war complex, and politics that control people's lives, nuclear, tragedies, all kinds of stuff like that, right? And this series dabbles in kind of that. It's taken itself serious, and then as kind of like most Japanese games in that time period, kind of had a little silly side.
Yeah.
And then also blended in kind of like paranormal at the same time. So the cool thing is like you're getting this full spin of Kojima's like just mind just working through, and somehow under God's green earth, bro, straight up makes sense. Not makes sense, but like it's connected.
Yeah.
How? This guy just whips it out, and you're impressed with it. You know?
Yes, bro. Yes, dude. It's magical, honestly. I really understand because like that's kind of like what Joshy and I have talked about a lot with what we're drawn to with like some of these games or animes, right? And like, did you finish Attack on Titan, by the way?
No. Okay, so look. I personally have not had time to do many things.
I get it.
Okay, and
did you just hear my spiel on Pokemon Sleep?
I
like,
did.
That's,
I did. And you went hard in it, so I'm just.
That's all I got from like the last 8
Right
months
now,
of work.
I've been on Fallout 4 and the next gen update right now, just checking it out.
Oh, for sure.
And with a faster
we're on the desk, by the way.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it like I'm really curious to like hear back and like after we've done all this setup what it's gonna sound like. But notoriously, Josh and I have always had like a small table and we're always slapping it with our hands.
Right.
So I just want to tell you to be careful there, buddy.
I'm getting all physical.
He's getting into it.
Okay, so anyways, let's just jump back to MGS3 in general.
Yeah.
So MGS3 is obviously right after MGS2. And the thing is that this is actually the first game in the series. Like,
this is
chronologically,
PS1?
PlayStation 2.
It's PS2.
PS2.
Yeah.
So, chronologically, this is the first game. Okay? So, there's a little bit of a history lesson we got to go through before we get to the beginning.
For sure.
Of
Can I
Metal Gear
interject
Solid 3.
too? I want to say that in approaching the main topic today, I'm pretty sure if I remember right, in our conversations, like sitting in Lene's backyard talking about Metal Gear Solid,
Yeah.
you talked about 3 more than most.
Yeah.
And then you talked like on a lore like basis, and then like
It's
why
deep.
why everything is so connected and deep and necessary.
Yeah.
But on top of hearing mostly then 4 just being your favorite, you know,
Dude,
and
4
why.
is just so... To me, dude, a lot of people shit on 4.
For sure.
But to me, it's a good rap.
Yeah.
It's a good rap.
Yeah.
And personally, Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain, the whole twist later on I will explain, hopefully one day.
Okay.
You know, it doesn't do anything for me, you know what I mean? Like,
No,
there's so many things that are going on that, like, you're just like, okay, I get it, but, like, it's more of, like, why?
Right.
Why this way, though? You know?
For sure. Yeah. And that is a delicate balance in the field of storytelling, right? Where there've definitely been games that are so close to Xenoblade. And I can honestly think of several in my mind right now. Like, there's the Tales of series, and they all each have, like, their subsequent stories. And, man, it's just like, I can even look back and think I thought I knew really good storytelling, and then I experienced something like Xenoblade or Attack on Titan, you know, and then you're like, oh, wow.
It will catch you off.
I get it.
It catches you off guard.
You know, it also causes you to be more critical, I feel. You know, and Josh is notoriously the critical one on this. He's notoriously the more critical one on this channel, but... or even just like in the house, I feel like he's the most critical on like all games or like anime. Yeah. But I'm starting to kind of see it now too.
I think he was critical of me when I first walked in, dude. He was talking shit.
No, for sure. He was about to throw a chair out of your face, bro.
I was scared.
Like, get this guy out of here.
I think I pissed myself.
It's Johnny. It's cool, bro. So,
back to Metal Gear.
what I wanted to say is that real quick, I gave Johnny free reign to talk about anything he wanted within the series of Metal Gear, right? And like, you know, kind of options of walking through the series, going through like, you know, release order, whatever. And you chose specifically to start chronologically. And starting with the best one, yeah?
Debatable,
right?
Debatable, you know. Yeah. To me, the game has aged.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. And I wanted to add to the point before you just completely take off. I did. The only thing I really have to add to what you're about to say is talking about like a more of a real world effect of Metal Gear in sales, right? I like to look at a lot of sales and like see comparison. Like, I think the video game console history is the most fascinating with like, the Wii and PS2 being so absurdly high. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the Switch is still behind PS2. Even though it's this close, right?
Yeah.
But I have the sales, and I wanted to share them real quick just in case maybe you didn't know.
Yeah.
Which do you think is number 1?
Oh, dude. I'm going to say MGS. I'm going to say 3. I'm going to go say 3.
Go back to where it was. Ooh, this is probably going to show up in the podcast.
You sound like robots, dog.
Robots, my guy.
Cyberpunk in this bitch.
Okay.
Of course.
So, you said the first one?
No, I'm going to say the third one.
The third one. So
I'm
the
say it's
third
the best
one
for sales anyway.
is the 5th most sold Metal Gear game. It actually goes... It's pretty dramatic with like, I'd say there's like 3 tiers. Okay. We're gonna start bottom tier. Okay. It is Twin Snakes.
Okay.
The scale on this chart is millions of units sold.
And what system did that come out for?
Twin Snakes?
Yeah.
Didn't that come out on... Is it PS2 or is it PSP?
No.
It's PS3.
No.
I don't know.
GameCube.
Oh my god!
Remember I told you about this?
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday.
Yes, sir. Yes,
yeah,
sir.
dude.
Yes, sir.
What was that? Was that game even good?
Yeah.
I don't want to go like super deep into like the whole series.
Clearly.
Yeah,
so
but...
it's pretty much a remake of MGS1.
Oh, okay.
But it's like updated. Like Nintendo took their time, hired a company to do it right, and it to me it just added a little more flair on Snake's side on animation wise. Not realistic because Snake is actually just a normal man. At base.
At base.
At
right.
base.
Okay. Well, Twin Snakes, to give you a snippet, I'll hide the results so you can't see them. Oh, I can just pull the window over. It's actually perfect.
Closed.
No, I can't.
Do you want me to do a wink or something? What do you want me to do?
Give me a... Oh, okay. This is the scale. Okay. So it shows millions of units,
Yeah.
And this is the last tier. So where's the others?
Shit.
It's pretty dramatic. So bottom tier,
all right,
is Twin Snakes. It's not even really relevant on the scale. I'll be honest. Yeah, it's like less than. It's about 5%.
Yeah.
Okay, of 1 million units sold.
Mm-hmm.
Just above that, still bottom tier. Metal Gear 2.
Metal Gear 2.
Was that?
That was an NES.
NES.
Yeah.
I forgot this started on
NES,
NES, bro. Damn, okay.
I'll get there one day.
Yeah,
I'll get there.
No,
They're
I'm so excited to give a breakdown.
Yeah,
but this is probably 25% of 1 million units sold, okay?
Fair.
Tier 1, all right?
Okay.
Metal Gear, the original. Also NES, yeah.
PlayStation. Oh, Metal Gear, the first
the
one.
original.
Yes, yeah.
Just over 1 million units sold.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's crazy.
Yeah. For
crazy.
For NES, that is crazy.
And to be honest, if you look at it and it was like an NES game, you would be surprised at how unique it looked.
Yeah. I'll be honest too. I do not know if this chart, it says 1987 to present, and I think it was posted a year ago on this Reddit post I found. I didn't skim the article, I just found the picture. It could be like re-releases included.
Right.
Okay, so like, because over 1 million units on an NES, I mean, that's pretty...
No one had 1 million
for
NESs,
something that wasn't
bro.
a Nintendo product,
Come
right?
on, dude.
But I'd be really curious, but that's kind of what I'm thinking off of this chart.
Yeah.
Just above that is Peace Walker, which I think is the coolest title in the entire series.
It's an interesting one.
That's the visual novel?
It has a visual novel and cutscene, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's PSP?
PSP.
Yeah. I always remember looking at it on the store and just thinking, like, the whole cover art and everything
It was like
so...
right before the PSP Vita came out.
Yes. Yeah, it was like at the end of the life. Okay.
Yes.
So then we got Revengeance, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah.
But, still sitting pretty at almost 1.5 million. And then Portable Ops.
Portable Ops is actually... good as well.
Really?
Yeah.
PSP also?
PSP. It came out right after Metal Gear Solid 3 came out.
There wasn't a Vita one, was there?
No. Maybe like a remake, maybe, or a freshen up, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
you know what? There was exactly what you said. There was like a classic collection, but it didn't include all of them. You know, it's like a volume 1.
Konami.
Who knows? Now into the high tier, MGS3. Mm-hmm. Okay. Sitting at the bottom, just over 4 million units.
That's still good.
That's a dramatic jump.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then MGS4. And then now reaching... Oh, by the way, that's a dramatic jump. Like, all these are jumping pretty good now. So, MGS3 being just over 4 million. MGS4, 6 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MGS4 was so good.
That was a system seller.
Yeah.
Like, straight up.
Yeah.
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 And if I'm not mistaken, did it launch... on the PS3? Like, not the game, like, did it come out in the launch window of the PS3?
I'd say no, because I think it came out in 2009.
Well, dude, it had the logo, the old-style logo.
Yeah.
That's a big tell of,
Maybe.
when did the PS3 come out?
PS3 came out in 2008.
Oh, so, okay.
Let me see.
Maybe shortly after release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shortly after, sure.
I just thought maybe it was a launch title.
PS3
that was the word I was looking for. Launch title.
Release. Dude, I'm using this like browser, and it has an automatic AI that searches the internet for random facts.
Oh yeah.
And it's not Google based. so it's nice. It's got a good opinion.
What is it?
Brave.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, they
don't know anything
you could
about
pay
it,
for their what's that shit called where it's like where it hides your identity. What's that? I forgot.
Like VPN.
VPNs.
Yeah.
You could pay for their VPN with their AI.
Oh, that's cool.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's
Anyways,
sick.
I was completely wrong. In 2006.
It was 2006.
And I remember that because that's when they announced the $600 price tag.
Yeah. Right. Okay, so
Okay,
Johnny,
sorry.
Metal Gear Solid 4 had $6 million.
Yeah.
And above that is Metal Gear Solid, okay? Mm-hmm. With PS1.
The first one.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
$7
because
million.
That was like the system seller. You had
Absolutely.
Final Fantasy VII, and you had...
So, it actually is just equal with Metal Gear Solid 5, which is very surprising, but to be honest with you, there was a dramatic gap between Metal Gear Solid 4 and 5, and I remember how big of a deal all the ad campaigns for Metal Gear Solid 5.
Ground Zero
So
is Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yes, dude, Ground Zero.
Yes.
The demo, man, yeah, you and Caleb would definitely like be screaming
That
together
E3,
on that level.
I was drooling.
Dude.
Drooling.
I can
And I was in
only
art class,
imagine.
dude. And I was doing that
Caleb
graphic.
was,
I was
yeah.
doing that graphic I was telling you about yesterday.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I was just drooling. I was watching the E3, doing my artwork, and I was like, Holy shit.
Okay, let's wrap the list with
Let's do it.
Now those are about 7 million, and so now at about 7.5 million, just under that, Metal Gear Solid 2.
Dude, I love MGS2.
Dude. Yeah. That's the one that you told me with the guy who snipes, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, good stories. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm done talking. Let's hear what you got to say. I want the breakdown.
All right. So before MGS3 starts, we're going to break down some information about the world that Kojima sets up for us.
Okay.
It's pretty much the world we live on. So borders are almost the same. Politics are almost the same. Almost to the same characters and also presidents. So, back in World War I, 1914.
Keep going. I'm going to pull the chair.
Yes, sir. In 1914, World War I kind of is like on the tilt of ending.
Oh.
Okay? And 12 people from the U.S., Russia, and China made kind of like this ultra pact of a group called the Philosophers. Okay? And the Philosophers...
Stone.
Yes, sir. And the Philosophers are pretty much like big government, like open, like they're pretty much just making sure the world keeps going, and maybe in their favor sometimes. You know, it's just like a big brother kind of thing, weird thing. Okay, they control a lot of things that happen in the world, multinationally. You know, all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so after this,
All right, let's resume. Had a little interruption and adjustment, but we're chilling.
So, anyways, what I was getting to, in the Philosophers, there was a guy that had a daughter born in 1922. So, pretty much in the realm of, in 20 years, she will be available to fight in World War II. Okay?
Okay.
Okay? This chick gets raised by the Philosophers and becomes like a super badass. Like, straight up learns and pretty much establishes the special ops unit in America's like fighting force. Crazy.
That is fucking crazy, honestly.
So they also combine and make this like hashtag group of, they were called the Cobra unit.
Okay.
And it was pretty much just a big group of like just weird best friends that were very like skilled fighters. Okay.
The Cobra unit.
Cobra unit. And the Cobra unit had a guy named the Sorrow. And the Sorrow and the boss had a kid, and she gave birth to this child on the beaches of Normandy. The Philosophers,
Wow, okay.
The Philosophers came in and stole this child while she was on mission. She had to get a C-section. She got shot, so she had to get a C-section. All crazy stuff, right?
Dude, what?
Yeah. Okay, so the thing is that this kid is very important.
Okay.
I will come to him later. Okay. Boss later on goes back to the United States after the Cobra unit breaks up after World War II. Okay. during this time, she also, like I said, establishes the special ops units for like most of America's fighting force. She was like the main badass that actually made it a real thing. Okay. And she was the mother of special ops, pretty much. So she was always recruiting, right? And she comes across a guy named
Snake.
John.
It's Snake, bro.
John was affiliated with the hydrogen bomb testing of the Manhattan Project. He was actually one of the guys that dropped one of the first test bombs and also was too close to it, making him sterile.
Oh.
Okay. So the boss John just.
What? I'm sorry. What year is this?
This is going to be So John would be born in 1935. So he would be already like 13 years younger than.
Keep going.
Than the boss.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So the boss, while she became this leader, was recruiting people after World War II.
Yeah.
Okay? Because she established this new ranking of men that are going to be the next fighting force for special occasions, right?
It sounds like Soldier.
Yeah.
In Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like 7 specifically is
right.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And you played the remake, right?
Yeah.
So similar kind of vibe.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Experimental.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is that on John's like behalf, it wasn't that he was purposely doing that, and he was purposely just trying to become the best soldier he could be. Right.
I got you.
He wanted to make a difference, and he joined the military. Okay?
Yeah.
And he just so happened to be in the Manhattan Project and was too close to a tested hydrogen bomb.
Yeah, now it sounds like Cloud. Like this guy just got too close.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So the cool thing is that with being involved with her, she recruits him. They become the closest, like a mother to a son.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he's already
like
sterile
she knows
at this point.
What's that?
He's already had this happen.
He's sterile. And I don't think he knows it. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
But not that it relates to them two, but she knows a lot about him, even what he looks like naked, like this close.
Okay.
This close. Okay.
Yeah. Very studied.
Yes.
It's not weird at all.
No. But they actually invent CQC. CQC, which is close quarters combat. They develop like a judo mixed with firearms and knives and stuff. It's just an easy way to disarm and kind of apprehend people physically while also being armed, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is that
Just wait, but there wasn't like any fighting before this was invented?
These two are always. What do you mean, bro? The war complex is for real now. Remember, Theodore Roosevelt reminded us that.
Right, but I'm saying like I guess like there wasn't when you say CQC is what I'm getting at. It's like that concept
to test it on people.
Yeah, like
they did it on the recruits that they were always building up.
Because there's no weapons, right?
I mean, there can be and there can't be.
Okay, right.
That's the art of it.
Style.
That's the art of it.
It's the art.
It's the judo part. It's throwing momentum. It's
I see. Yeah.
Weak points. It's stuff like that.
It's very calculated.
Yes, like they know what they're doing when they're going into combat.
Yeah.
Like hand-to-hand combat for sure.
Yeah.
Either way, if you also remember in the 60s, okay? The Bay of Pigs happened. 1964, I believe.
Remind me.
Huh? Oh, Bay of Pigs. Okay,
yeah.
So Bay of Pigs is pretty much a failed attempt of the United States to actually invade Cuba and make sure that the Russians didn't arm the Cubans with nuclear missiles.
Oh.
And this is John F. Kennedy's fault of not saying it like it's his fault, but he did not want it to happen. Okay? But we did train a few thousand Cuban immigrants to go swim back over to they got airdropped, or boated in really. But did not get any air support, and they all got captured in Cuba. It was a big blunder, okay?
Yeah.
But it did get us to talk to Khrushchev, the leader of Russia, to move nukes out of Cuba.
Got it.
Okay?
Okay.
Sweet summary.
Yeah.
It could go on a lot longer than that.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest. History was the most boring subject to me growing up in all eras.
And MGS, it's very important in the first game, bro.
Noted.
Okay.
Got it.
All right.
Thanks for keeping me up to date here.
Rolled up. Let's go. So, we're going to also get to, after that, Snake gets put onto this KGB unit it's called the Fox. I don't remember exactly. I think it's just Foxtrot or Fox or something like that.
Sure.
Okay. It's been a minute. I mean, I've done reviewing, but I'm not gonna remember everything. I'm not a fucking computer. Okay. So.
You sure?
No.
Sometimes I think you are. I'm like, damn, this guy knows a lot of information.
I love stuff, dude. I love stuff.
Yeah, dude, me too.
Okay, so Jack John is put on this mission. It's called the Virtuous Mission.
Is his nickname Jack or something?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you later.
Fuck. Okay.
I fucked up because it's
no,
John
I don't
and
even
Jack.
know who Jack is.
Yeah. So John is actually gets his name Naked Snake. Okay.
Why?
It's like when you go into like combat, you go into your mission, like they give you a code name, so people
like
don't know that you're actually John. Yeah.
Dude? Okay. Got it.
Naked Snake.
I'm finally getting like the origin story
of
Snake.
Yeah, this is why I wanted to start with this one, because this is what's going to get you glued into actually going out, buying the set, and playing the games.
Oh,
please.
yeah.
This is me. This is what I want to show people, because if you don't like stealth games, it's okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
For sure.
I get it.
And I'll be honest, I don't usually like stealth
I love
games.
going down in a blaze of glory, bro.
Yeah.
But personally, I love stealth games too.
Especially when, if this is tied to it though, like, I've played visual novels just for the story. So, story can be the most compelling thing. I mean, we had a whole episode about it in season 1.
There is an easy mode.
Oh, well, there you go. So, I can also, I've told you before, but I have an idea that's been in a backlog for over 10 years of just watching the YouTube videos of the lore, so I take it in. I know it's not the same. I know you need like all like the quips and like the little
just
like
what
one-liners.
Things look like, all that shit.
Yeah, I do want to play them.
I did. That's what I actually did for Final Fantasy VII, like way back in the day.
Oh, same.
Yeah, because Remake wasn't there, and I don't have a fucking PlayStation 1. You know what I mean?
Dude, and I tried playing that game, and it was just, I was beyond that time. Like, I couldn't, sitting down and trying to play it several times, nothing could make me actually stick to it, right? But Crisis Core came out, and that changed it. So,
Amen.
I also understand even, a part of this, like, evolution is, like, I'm starting with, I don't know, I would go off of your recommendation, but I'm guessing I'd need to play it in release order, especially because the quality would just keep increasing. Every time. Yeah.
MGS1 is dated. But anyways,
for sure.
This game is too. So, as we are, MGS3, going back to that, we're going to also go into where he does the first Halo jump into orbit to get into the Virtuous Mission.
So it's like a warp jump?
So the guys that put like the mask on and they're way up in elevation, higher than most people do in skydiving.
Yeah.
They're actually falling into orbit like that high. Oh. It was the first Halo jump.
And this is Naked Snake.
Naked Snake. Oh, by the way, too, just on a side tangent, the boss actually was such an important figure that she was the very first person to ever be in space, period.
Oh.
She was a secret NASA project.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. So, nothing too important about that. It does kind of give the Russians kind of like a reason to fucking keep pushing. And
sure.
we got to get to the moon. You know what I mean?
I'm thinking like it's like a, you never quite know what's
it's the
going
Cold
on
War.
and who's in
it's
charge.
It's the Cold War.
Yeah, right. And it's
espionage.
She has a high level of authority.
Yes. Yes.
So
she is that badass. Bro.
Yeah. It adds weight. It definitely does.
Like the government was like, we could just send this special agent in and make them to be the first astronaut. Yeah. You know what I mean? Instead of training an astronaut.
Right.
But anyways,
many people are convinced it's fake anyways.
Yeah,
so,
for real.
Yeah.
NASA.
Let's keep going.
Space Force. I mean, all right. So after this during this Virtuous Mission, he's getting like the briefing. He's landing pretty much in like the Iron Curtain of Russia.
Okay.
So Soviet Union used to be actually a bigger form of Russia before it diverged and broke under its own society and split off. Those countries that split off were called the Iron Curtain back when the Soviet Union was a thing.
It sounds really familiar.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably had a final on
So
that.
you are flying into communist Russia. In the jungles, though, of Russia. Crazy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And this is this any like time later? This has all been happening.
This is in the 60s, 1964.
Okay,
yeah.
literally.
So Bay of Pigs happens. We're trying to settle relationships with Russia, okay? Russia is under a weird thing because communism isn't quite working, right? So the military is what's in charge in communism.
For sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
So the thing is that
mass amount of
there's
fucking
groups that can kind of go off and go do their own fucking thing in their country, right? And like doing more crimes and shit. This group was called GRU. Okay?
Okay.
GRU was led by this guy named Colonel Volgin.
Got it.
Okay, Colonel Volgin is a guy I'll explain to you.
Okay.
He's the big dude with the red suit, and he has like bullets strapped all around him, right?
Okay.
And he has electric abilities. Okay.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
This guy's nuts.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, okay.
I don't know his
He's
full.
the Rhino.
I don't know his full backstory, but he pretty much acquired a way of getting a group of the military of Russia or the Soviet Union to segregate off of the main group and become its own faction.
Okay.
So they're their own warlord in ways, okay? Wrapping that all up together, we're trying to settle relations with Khrushchev, the real Soviet Union president, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so it's not really presidency. Obviously, it's communism. It's just what I'm going to say to show that they're the leader, okay?
Definitely.
All right, so at this point, we're going to go with he is pretty much offering up settlements of the failed Bay of Pigs and like, hey, if you take care of this company that I have no control over and they're dangerous, cool.
Yeah.
And the only way we can disarm them is we have to steal this scientist that's there. Okay? His name is Sokolov. Sokolov is developing a mobile nuclear launch device. Short range, long range, anywhere you want to be, okay? And it can be from the mountain.
Sounds like a decent guy.
Yeah, yeah. And he's actually like in morals, he was just wrapped up in like he's just a weapons scientist. And he just got wrapped up on the wrong side of the Berlin Wall and pretty much became a rocket scientist. And after that, nukes came into play after World War II, and technology and rocketry advanced a lot.
Dude. Was this guy...
He's not real.
He's not real.
He's not
fictional.
real.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got
Okay,
it.
so in general...
This is fascinating, though.
Yeah. The Shagelhog is what he develops.
Okay.
It is pretty much a tank that has like an upper torso that can detach.
Okay.
And also has like these drill arms, so it can like climb up like mountains and shit with these drill arms. It uses the drill to like traction up with the tracks of the tank. And the tank also has like rockets strapped to it. So if you don't have a nuke that has a rocket that can propel itself all the way to target, you can give it a pre-launch. And this thing can get up to like 380 miles an hour.
Oh my gosh.
But it would need a runway, right?
Sure.
To help assist the nuke into launch. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. The mission is take Sokolov, bring him back, and then figure out what the Shagelhog is. They don't know what the name of it is. They're just going in there because they know something's up. Okay? In general reality, the virtuous mission goes awry. Snake finds Sokolov in an abandoned, kind of like a research facility. The Russians just kind of just let the nature take over.
Okay.
And then but they're holding them there because they're getting ready for the KGB, their CIA, to give Sokolov to GRU. So that would not be good. GRU would be able to keep financing this development of the Shagelhog, right? But it's a little farther out than that. So it's already kind of built at this point.
Yeah.
They don't know that. But all they know is GRU is going to be picking them up again. Okay? So the thing is that Snake gets in there, steals Sokolov out of the way. We are introduced to Ocelot. Revolver. Oh, not Revolver Ocelot, but Ocelot.
Okay.
Okay?
I feel like I have heard... This is a character Josh would say this if he was here. All those, oh man, what are they called? Spirits.
Yeah.
In Ultimate.
Yeah.
Right? From all these series, there's definitely an Ocelot.
Yep.
That is like in my mind. Can you show me what he looks like?
Yes, sir. So he
You're pulling it up, weren't you?
he is the staple of MGS. He is the bad guy. He's the guy that makes the plot move. He is the guy that literally just makes this game kind of have character. He's the guy that adds the character into the game right off the bat.
Yeah.
And it's fun, dude. Okay?
Okay.
Before we get into this, Snake is also being assisted. Okay?
Okay.
He has... sorry, I have this written down.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't forget anybody. Okay?
Your pages of notes.
Yes, sir. So we have Major Zero. This is the CIA's leader for Fox.
Okay.
Unit, okay. He's Snake's man to talk to if he has any questions about the mission. Right?
Oh, okay.
Like he is
the
leader.
guy who's like on the radio.
Yeah,
with
he's
all
like,
the
yeah,
time?
dude, you gotta do that shit. Come on, dude, come on, you know. And then he's just like, in general, just moral support on top of that. Okay.
Yeah.
On top of that, he also has paramedic. I forget her name, but she pretty much tells Snake how to fix and heal himself. We'll get into that in a minute. Okay. Siggett, Siggins, really. He is pretty much the radar expert. He develops this like little 3-way tool that's like a transmitter, sonar, and like a pulse radar as the same thing too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice, and a motion detector too.
Okay.
So you can kind of use that. The game, when it first came out, had fixed camera angles. So it was kind of a bitch to see where characters were.
Definitely.
Okay. So think of like Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 1 even, where you'd like run down a hallway, but you were always looking in the same direction.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's like the stationary.
Fixed camera angle.
Yeah,
okay?
I think Devil May Cry does
exactly
like the same
like
thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, cool thing is that this was also a game right after MGS2. We had first-person view with gun holding, with everything, right? So, a little bit of technology has came a little bit away since MGS2, okay?
You're right.
So, even how the enemies will react to how you maneuver around the area, they'll like actually look for like if Snake's smoking a cigarette, they can smell it.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
You can be in a box, and like if it's not a box, like they've done it in other games too.
Sure.
But they would actually like kind of like really like investigate what the box was, and then like that box wasn't there earlier. Not, oh, that's the right box.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you went out that door, you came back, and there's a fucking box next to the door now. Right.
Yeah. Oh, who put this here?
Yeah. And it's like a man-sized box.
Yeah, no, I've always wondered about that because I know how big of a deal the box is. Obviously, just from Smash alone, it's in every taunt.
Yeah.
And there's literally like a trophy in Smash for the box. Like, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably gets deeper, huh? I think Caleb's told me there's some crazy box shit in 4 and 5.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's just like a staple for Snake as a character.
And dude, when you get shot at when you're in the box is like falling apart and shit. It's like he's like and there's just pieces of the box just coming off and shit.
It's so funny. His voice is just the
iconic.
best part. It's so iconic.
But back to back to the actual crew.
The lore.
The crew. We have the boss. She's also on standby for the mic. Okay. So on this game, it's not called the Codex. This is just the radio. The Codex was MGS1, MGS2. Okay. It's just like you can see the other person talking to you. It's nanomachines in someone's body displaying the image on someone's mind.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. So
nanomachines.
Nanomachines are later on into the series. I'll explain those just briefly.
Yeah.
They pretty much allow people to have an extra ability to gather data and or access like weaponry. They could weapon lock guns if you didn't have like a print that matched up with the nanomachines in your hand. So if someone stole your gun, they couldn't just grab it and shoot you with it.
Wow.
Yeah. The guns of the Patriots go hard. Dude.
Oh, dude.
Go hard, okay?
I watched like this crazy cutscene. It might have even been I think it was like one of the like either opening sequence or like later. It's like a series of trains.
Yeah.
In Rising, I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's.
No, that's Rising.
It's Rising.
It's Rising.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there was like some huge speech that was given about nanomachines.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
something like that.
No, it's not a train. It was a truck.
It was a truck.
He's
I just remember him saying nanomachines.
Yes.
And I'm like,
yeah.
Dude, what the fuck is a nanomachine?
That's
what was I talking about?
Opening MGS4.
It's opening of MGS4.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What was the game Josh and I were just talking about where I talked about nanomachines? I talked about it with you specifically because you brought up Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I'm like, dude, I just... It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It'll come to me.
Move on. I'm going to grab some real quick. Keep going, please.
All right. So with all that said, the Virtuous mission starts. He gets Sokolov. He meets Ocelot. After defeating Ocelot and the Cobra unit, he pretty much gets away with Sokolov, and then they're walking back towards the bridge that you have to cross to get to where Sokolov's at, and the boss is walking towards him. Out of nowhere.
No.
Out of nowhere.
I was actually going to ask, like, why...
Why is she on Kodak?
Yeah. Maybe I missed it, but, like, Ocelot was sent there by... Like, Ocelot is Russian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the Cobra unit. He was supposed to pick up Sokolov.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. So, yeah, boss is walking over.
And, by the way, Ocelot is very young, like 18, 19.
Oh.
And he's a major.
Shit.
Yeah, so he's skilled.
How old is Naked Snake?
Naked Snake, I think he's on the 30, 32, 33.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not old, but he's skilled. Very skilled.
Yeah. He's not gray yet.
No.
Yeah.
No, he's got spunk.
This is attractive Snake.
Yeah. So the cool thing about this is that Snake is so more experienced as a fighter as Ocelot is trying to apprehend Snake. Okay?
And I'm assuming the boss is, like, has set this whole thing up?
No. Not yet.
We don't know.
Not
okay.
yet.
Yeah, I'm like...
So, anyways...
What the fuck is the boss doing?
We're going to hit this
I'm
hard.
so curious.
Okay? So, Ocelot whips out a gun, and it's a Makarov. Okay? It's a very old, like, single-stack handgun. Like, it only holds, like, 7 rounds.
Oh, okay.
It's a semi-automatic, so it's very modern in that sense of World War II-ish. But as he's shooting at Snake, because he kind of like threatens Snake with like a shot, right? And as he shoots, he does this, right? Or like a recoil, like and Snake kind of makes fun of him. He's like, "You really shouldn't be using Makarov." He's like, "Huh?" And he fucking like does some judo and fucking knocks him out, right? And as he's getting ready to pass out from being thrown to the ground and just incapacitated, Snake goes, "A revolver would be more suited for you." He's like, "Huh?" He's like, "Yeah, because the way you recoil your hand when you take a shot, you'd have a better accurate shot if it was just a mechanical gun." He's like, and passes out. That's how badass Snake is, okay? So after doing all this, and takes out the whole Cobra unit, okay?
It's John Wick, bro.
Yeah, he is pretty much, bro.
Yeah.
He's pretty much. Anyways, they're going towards the bridge. Boss is walking towards him with 2 cases. One that's kind of long and one that's kind of short.
Like briefcases?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and the briefcase, the big one's like this. And the other one's kind of a little small.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And
I like this.
And he's like, what the fuck is the boss doing here? As they're walking up, right? And all of a sudden it starts raining. And then it's like, oh. And then you hear a helicopter. And then the old Cobra unit shows up.
What do you mean? What do you mean, bro?
All her old buddies from Russia show up. So we have, I think, 5.
Okay.
The Pain. Okay?
Okay.
The Fear.
Sniper?
No.
Oh.
The End is a sniper.
The End.
The End.
Who's
the
fourth?
Fury.
The Fury.
And then the Boss. Which
is
the last 5 people of the Cobra unit. Okay? And I'll have a little tinge bit with you.
Okay.
So, what happened to the Sorrow? Remember I told you that? Sorrow?
Yeah, but what happened?
Okay, so right after the Bay of Pigs happened, she had to go back out to Russia in the same area.
Right.
that the mission's being held, the virtuous mission's being held. And straight up, Russia made them two fight to the death.
Wait. Her and the boss?
Yeah.
Or
The sorrow and the boss.
and the boss.
And I'll give you a little inside secret. The boss's actual real code name is the Joy.
The Joy.
Because she made war fun.
Oh shit. So she's just sadistic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that she's overly crazy or anything.
Sure.
But she's just the motherly joy of battle is what she's all about. So
yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah. So anyway, the sorrow
in.
and joy were the ones that had the kids. The
Okay.
kid. Okay. And Russia made them try to kill each other because if they didn't, Khrushchev would have launched a nuke anyway from the failure of the Bay of Pigs. And then, a few years after, Snake does the virtuous mission in the same area.
Shit.
So, Volgin shows up, walking down the side of the bridge, lightening up the fucking bridge. It just,
Okay.
And pretty much, I think he punches Snake right in the face. Snake right in the face.
Knocks him out?
I believe so. No, it doesn't knock him out.
Okay.
He takes it like a man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And then, because what is happening is that the boss is defecting to Russia.
Right.
As an American.
That's crazy.
Yeah, okay? So, Snake is just, what the fuck? You know what I mean? What is going on? I just got punched in the face. What's going on?
her experiments.
Yeah. And she had a nuke on her. It was a launcher and the nuclear warhead, okay? So, in the two cases, it was a nuke ready for launch. And what happened was, she beats up Snake. And he's like, you better kill him. That's your initiation to come back to us. She has to kill her kid, bro. Do you think she's going to do that? Do you think she will?
Damn.
What she does, she dislocates his knee and dislocates his elbow and throws him off. Or I think she breaks a rib or two, too. And throws him off that bridge.
Oh, fuck.
As doing this, Snake falls into the water below. Okay? Presumably,
he doesn't die, obviously.
No, presumably dead.
Presumably dead. Yeah, classic.
Okay? She plays it off like
Levi.
she could have done worse. Worse. But what happens in the fact of him falling in, Sokolov is taken.
Okay.
They're flying. Oh, by the way, before we go on this little side tangent.
Yeah.
They actually can see the Shagohog.
It's just chilling.
Yeah. So it's out in the vista, and Sokolov.
Fuck that,
Sokolov points it out to him, points it out to Snake, that's the Shagohog. That's the world ender right there, and Snake's like, what the fuck? We need to get you out of here, right now. Hurry up, let's go.
Is this the end of the game?
No, this is the beginning of the game, bro.
What the? This is crazy.
Yeah, dude. Okay, I'm sorry if this takes us so long.
No,
but
this is fascinating.
I'm even down to hang out and make sure we get this done and over with today.
Yeah, okay.
But
yeah, I'm so down.
Let's get back to it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so, in general, what happens is boss defects, goes to Russia. They have Sokolov in a helicopter. They're flying over.
Okay.
Two interesting things happen. We see the first sign of this woman named Tatiana.
Okay.
She is apparently Sokolov's lover, even though he has a wife and kid in U.S. So.
Got it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
At that point, also, to stir up bullshit in Russia, thinking that the United States is doing some misbehaving.
Yeah.
Volgin launches the nuke in Russia soil. On Russia troops.
That's fucked.
To start a war.
Absolutely.
Because it was an American warhead. Oh. Under this presumption of this all going down.
Yeah.
The nuke happens. Snake is alive. He's on an embankment.
Spoilers! He's alive.
He's alive, dude.
Yeah.
He's fucked. He can't move. He's done. He's like, fuck, dude. Oh, my God. And he had to swim with broken ribs, a dislocated arm, and like a fucked up leg. Dude.
So is this where like the experimentation comes in then? Of
what experimentation?
I just thought that there was a lot of experimentation on Snake when he was really fucked up. That kind of rings a bell back here.
Okay,
but I haven't heard the origin story of Snake. It was only from Caleb because I'd never even looked up a lore video.
Yeah.
It's all like firsthand, but I thought he said something about that. But, obviously, I'm going to let you continue.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
So Snake calls paramedic. She tells him how to repair yourself. Okay?
Okay.
In this game, you have live damage buff or debuffs. Okay? So if you get shot, you have to pull that bullet out.
What?
If you get cut, you got cauterize it or disinfect it and stitch it up.
What the fuck?
This is a separate screen on the pause screen. This is where I feel the game is dated.
Oh.
It slows it down, okay?
Totally.
You are consistently using healing items if you're getting caught and getting fucked up. You know what I mean?
Which you're gonna.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
how else do you learn?
This game is very brutal on, like, how far the enemy can see you. And it's kind of realistic. So... In general,
I mean, they're waiting for you.
Yeah, if you get hit with a bomb, you can have to pull shrapnel out. You gotta fucking heal burns. Yeah, dude.
That's wild. Yeah. That's actually wild. Yeah,
this is a PlayStation 2.
I can feel
2 game,
some of
dude.
This, like, Kojima madness, bro.
Yes,
you know?
Sir.
Yeah.
So, interesting. Cool little gimmick, especially in the time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Awesome. So, it kind of, like, does this little thing. He's, like, putting himself back together, wrapping himself up, and he's just waiting there until it extract.
That would explain why there's, like, imagery of Snake I've seen, like, in the Smash community of, like, him all bandaged up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you look over, and there's a body there, and it's the Sorrow's skeleton.
Oh.
Skeleton.
Damn. Was he, dismembered in the same way, or was he just, like...
No, she like just shot him in the head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but it was destroyed him.
It was more of like I think like he gave his life for her is more of the fact of the matter. Russia just wanted it to be like, oh, one of us is gonna lose someone good. You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. So
I do. Yeah.
It's very TV series kind of like drama there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Interesting.
Wow.
Brutal.
Okay.
Brutal. But in general, so what happens after this is Snake is in rehab for, I think, a few months. And he has a new mission.
Uh-oh.
So what happened after this American nuke warhead hits Russia?
Is he contacted by that one dude? I forgot. Who's like his like direct
nerd
commanding officer?
Oh, Zero?
Zero.
Him and Zero are together right now.
Yeah.
And what the CIA is doing is they're filing them for treason. They're going to be set to death.
How did he get he found Snake?
Yeah, they just extract him.
Okay.
It's just some weird way they just move the plot on, right?
Sure. Okay.
So
yeah,
they get his ass out of there. He is in rehab for like 2 months fixing. He didn't really do anything crazy. He just needs to train back to where he was before.
Okay. Yeah.
So he goes hard, and gets back at it. But the thing is that he's tried for treason because this nuclear warhead went off in Russia, and it was an American warhead.
Oh man.
Okay. So what happens is
rough.
He's
getting framed.
The CIA makes a deal with the Fox unit.
Okay.
And they say, oh, okay, well, if you guys want your freedom back and you want to live, if life is really that important to you, you can do one more mission for us. And what it is straight up, go to Russia, get Sokolov, kill the boss, kill Volgin, destroy the Shagohog.
So the impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Snake gets entered into the Iron Curtain once again.
How much rehab has he had?
Just like, probably, I think it was like 4 months, 6 months.
4 months?
Something stupid.
Since he had his limbs snapped off and he almost died?
Yeah.
Holy... Dude, I bruised my rib once.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I shared the story in the podcast. I think I did in like a pregame.
It fucks you up.
6 months, bro, I was fucked up. Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah. 4 months, this guy is like just chilling?
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Okay. All right. So this is the beginning of Mission Snake Eater.
Okay.
So Snake is under this new presumption. He is going to go in and straight up just wreak havoc.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But he knows that he's very dear to he still feels very dear to Boss.
Okay.
Like
wait, I'm sorry. One question just came to my mind. I know if I don't ask it now, I will forget. I apologize.
Crazy.
Everything you've just said, is this story only told in 3, or is this leading up to 3 from...
Only in 3.
It's because the earliest plot-wise, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
This is setting up why Snake is so important.
Okay. I love this.
Okay.
All right.
So, in general, I keep saying that. My bad. But it's kind of just a way to guide my brain.
No, honestly, we all have like our go-tos. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yes, sir. So he gets a new way into the Iron Curtain. Yeah. Undetectable. He gets in like one of these like experimental jets that shoot really fast forward and have like multiple jets to accelerate really fast as well.
It's like turning into Batman, bro.
Yeah, dude. So he straight up just jets in and lands pretty much almost in the same area. Like dead on. Pretty good.
Dude.
And he gets ejected out of the jet and it's slowing down. He ejects, he lands out, and he's like, okay, cool. And you're like treading through swamp. There's fucking crocodiles and shit. Like, dude, and it gets a little weird.
Off.
You go through a little like maze of like the jungle, and then you get out.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden you hear a horse. Hey, what the fuck? Right? So Snake's like, cutscene starts. Snake walks over to this horse. It's just a white horse just in the middle of a jungle.
Huh?
The boss shows up.
What? Meanwhile, out of the bush, Boss shows up.
The boss, out of a bush, dude. Yeah. She had binoculars and shit. People watching.
Is she like all camoed up or like just so casual?
If you actually look her up, she is wearing like a combat suit that's like almost kind of chromish.
Yeah, you know what? I am gonna look her up because I want to really know what she looks like. Here, I want you to continue. I'll do the fact checking now.
Okay. So the boss pretty much tells Snake, as she takes his ass down to the ground and makes him, like, I think she even, like, breaks his hand. Oh, this is how it happens. So she throws him to the ground. He's
destroys him.
He's laying there, not hurt. He's just, like, defeated. Like, he's not going to do anything. And she grabs the gun out of his hand, disassembles it.
Is this the boss?
Yes.
Dude. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. She's the mother of war, bro.
Yeah. Like her jawline, I would not fuck with her.
Yeah. So she literally throws Snake to the ground. And remember, Snake is still a badass fighter himself.
Oh, yeah.
Throws him to the ground and
destroys him.
Straight up takes the gun out of his hand before he hits the ground, disassembles the 1911 and just tosses it in the woods.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Disarming Snake.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, he's
fine.
And
then she turns around and just shoots. She has this gun called the Patriot. It's like an M16 with like a big ass double barrel, like 100 rounds of 5.56, and just unloads the whole fucking drum into this aircraft that she was actually looking at because she's seen the aircraft.
You're serious, man?
Yeah.
Dude, is she like enhanced?
No. It's actually like, it's pretty loud. It's a jet stopping immediately and then hitting the ground, you know?
For sure.
It just isn't not detectable through radar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back in the day, 60s wasn't really that advanced. But in general, they straight up, she found it. She rode her horse to it. Disarms Snake. Shoots the jet and it explodes, right? And she tells him, like, you better stop now because I'm leaving and they're coming.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So she made an explosion happen so everyone would be like, what the fuck was that? And it's in the middle of night, dude.
God, dude.
It's the middle of night.
She's so menacing.
Yeah.
I haven't even, I have a great visual.
Yeah. And
happening right now.
She bucks the horse. So she gets on the horse, bucks the horse. The horse jumps up, stomps on Snake's hand, breaking his hand. You kind of have to like do a little side cure thing after this cutscene.
Wow.
Yeah. So now you're unarmed. But the thing is Fox has already kind of planned for this.
Oh.
And Zero told Snake that there is someone to meet. His name is Adam at Sokolov's old research facility that you first found him in.
Adam.
Yeah.
Adam's always really symbolic.
Yes.
In like all these stories.
Indeed. And the funny thing is, it's going to get even more. So,
yes, sir.
Straight up, he gets, after getting disarmed and evades all this contact.
Yeah.
You get to the facility, right? All of a sudden, he goes through this door, and he's like kind of like walking in with his knife, and he's like getting ready to like ambush whoever's like in this like old little bricked shed.
Yeah.
And it's a woman. And without revealing her face, she still has like the helmet on and everything.
Yeah.
And she hands him like some supplies because he lost some of his stuff. And then on top of that, she takes her helmet off. And this is the introduction of Eve. Or Eva.
Eva.
Yeah.
Wow. Every time I hear that fucking name, bro. Wow.
So,
Johnny,
yeah, I know we're
is this a good I think this is a good break point. You down right here?
For sure.
Yeah, okay. We will resume on the introduction of Eva. All right, we are back. We had to because of what I mentioned earlier with the like our dear friend Sophia, her party. Yeah, I don't even think I mentioned it. I think it was off cast. Yeah, okay.
You did
I'll
not.
recap. Yeah, Kendall and I have to get out of here. Not just Kendall, too. Joshy and Adrell are now home from the Mexico trip.
Yeah.
And they're, like, ready to go.
So ready.
We're leaving in 15 minutes.
They actually look fly.
We need to wrap the podcast. Excuse me, because I did make a promise to Kendall. But here's the deal. We are just stopping this conversation and this main topic about Metal Gear Solid 3 because there is so much more to unpack. We've done, like, a scratch and sniff of the gameplay.
Yeah.
This has been like
strictly lore.
How much of the lore of this game do you think you've been through percentage wise? Realistically.
I'd say 32.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think it is just gonna be a two-parter. Might be 3. Who knows? Yeah. We'll see what happens, but we are gonna end this being part 1 and let's wrap the podcast. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it, Johnny.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I wasn't even thinking about asking Joshua to join us. I was like, no. We are wrapping this up. This is our podcast today, baby. So, Johnny, let's jump to our class trial, my man. I do have really exciting trivia that I mentioned earlier that I had found from a Reddit post, my guy. We are going to just drag it in.
Just throw it on.
And get the ball rolling. Yeah, because the way, like, the app management works, it's called Stage Manager. Mm-hmm. Do you use an iPad nowadays?
Yeah, I've always used an iPad.
Yeah, because like you can move the windows around and stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes I still have Windows deeply ingrained into me from using a PC forever.
Yeah.
So I've had to.
You're like grabbing the corner and nothing's
Dude,
happening.
literally, or like expanding it with my fingers, like things like no, Stage Manager's a little. I could see where it could be improved, but it is amazing. So, I got it pulled up. Let's get this started. Johnny, question number 1. Which of these options this is multiple choice, all these, by the way, is multiple not choice. A member of the Cobra unit?
Oh, shit.
The pain, the fear, the trauma, and the sorrow.
I'm going to go C, my friend.
C as in trauma?
The trauma.
You got it, bro. Actually, this is not going to be multiple choice for me writing down the answers because normally I have them already like written down and already in an order.
Right.
But we got no time today, Johnny, so we're just going to keep running through. Question number 2. While parachuting into the Soviet Union, what does Snake lose on a tree?
Oh shit.
Yeah, if you know
straight
the
up
answer,
his
or I'll give you the multiple choice.
It's straight up his equipment belt.
Oh. Let's be more specific.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What does he lose?
Yes.
Okay.
It is a little more specific. So let me give you the multiple choice. It is the Philosopher's Legacy, his eye patch, his pistol, or his bag.
It's his bag.
It's the bag. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Let's move on. Number 3. And actually, for time's sake too, I have the new format for trivia where we go back through it. Let's actually just go answer them as we go. So for the first question, you actually said the trauma, which was correct. Yeah. So we will move on here. You are 2 for 2 so far, buddy.
I'm winning.
Let's go with number 4. It's a quote. Finish the quote. What a ... I do have the multiple choice.
Okay. Shoot.
It is honor, chill, thrill, or tree frog?
Wait, what?
I'll go through it again.
Okay. Say the quote. Say
yes.
the quote.
What a ... Honor, chill, thrill, tree frog.
What a thrill.
It is thrill. Yeah. Who says it? Is it Snake?
No. I think it's the end.
At the end.
I think it's the end.
What a thrill.
I believe.
Yeah, dude.
Because he's all about the hunt.
Yeah.
You know?
No. From everything you told me.
Yeah.
I can't wait for part 2.
Yeah.
All right.
It's fucked up.
That was what, number 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Johnny, you are
number 3.
Wait, no, that was 3. Yeah, you are 3 for 3, my boy.
Winning.
Let's keep going. Number 4. What phrase does Vulcan often repeat to himself?
Okay.
The multiple choice is, what a fine body you have. You're pretty good. Chococo. Almost a chocobo.
Chocobo.
And Kuwabara.
Kuwabara.
What does that even mean?
I think it's like he under some type of like, he's like got a philosophy to him where he's like very self-righteous, and I think he was in like a cultish, like combatish form of like training. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah.
It's something with
they
Siberia,
always got those weird things.
Something crazy.
Sure, you got it right. So let's give you the point there. You are 4 for 4, my friend. Let's move on. How does Ocelot dispatch the final KGB soldier at the abandoned factory in Rosfet?
Dispatches.
Let's go through the options.
Ricochet shot.
The answer is ricochet shot on metal beam, my friend. You are 5 for 5.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Holy crap, dude!
I love this game, dog.
No, this is perfect. I'm glad we got this trivia, man, because I love the trivia that's not like. I feel like nowadays when you just say trivia in Google, it just pulls up every article has just some AI generated trivia.
Yeah, some bullshit.
This is like someone actually put this together. Love it. It's actually a huge list.
There's some love to it.
Yeah, big love.
You gotta know what you played.
Let's go. Number 6. What does Eva wish to eat with Snake after the fighting's over?
Sushi.
That is correct, buddy. Let's go. Number 7. Who says the line, "Yeah, I'll be fine. Looks like it's not time for me to die yet"?
Eva. Right?
It is actually Snake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he gets his ass handed to him.
Eva was an option, and it's almost 50% that people said Eva. Yeah.
It's something she would say, because I'll explain later.
Totally. Yeah, no spoilers now.
No spoilers.
What does the boss shoot into the snake of leg?
A transmitter. Or tracking device, whatever. Oh, no. Fake death pill.
That is correct, man.
Yeah. Because it comes in pretty big handy later on.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Let's go with number 9. You're 7 for 8 right now, Johnny. Doing great. What is that noise?
It's a little rusty on the stove.
Oh, I need to get that thing WD-40.
40'd up.
Number 9. Why did the boss defect to the Soviet Union? What was the underlying reason?
Reason. I believe it's like something to do with. Is it a multiple choice you got?
Yeah, I'll give them to you.
Yeah, shoot it, because it's kind of vague. You kind of have to like really pay attention.
Yeah, and listen to all the multiple choice. I'm gonna say that. A, to murder Zero. B, to steal the philosopher's legacy for America. C, to steal the philosopher's legacy for herself. Or D, to unify the world.
She did it for, I think, the philosopher's legacy under the U.S. control. I believe that's what that is.
That was a 70% answer, and that is not correct.
So she actually did it. Hold on, I actually know.
Tell me.
It's actually, she was trying to actually make it like a non-bordered like world, because when she flew up as an astronaut, she actually seen the world as one.
Well, I didn't know the reason. Okay. But the answer is because she wants to unify the world. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I just thought that was crazy because it shows the percentage of what people answered, and that is the most answered wrong.
That's how. And not to spoil anything right off the bat, but that is how actually an other character comes into play. That's what he does.
Yeah. We'll keep it all for part 2.
Yeah.
wrap up number 10 when Snake goes inside the Groznyj Grod hangar to destroy the Shagahod.
Yep.
Yeah. Why aren't there any maintenance workers? Is it A, they've all been killed by Volgin? B, the boss ordered them away? C, they all have the day off? Or D, Volgin imprisoned them out of fear?
I believe they're killed. No, they're not. They are, go through it one more time. They're not killed. No, they're not killed.
A is they've been killed by Volgin.
No.
B, the boss ordered them away. C, they all have the day off. Or D, Volgin imprisoned them out of fear.
They all had a day off.
That is correct.
Yeah.
My man, they all had the day off.
Yeah.
Johnny,
Yeah.
you had a good flat 8 out of 10 on the fly trivia.
That's 80%. That's a B-,
dude. And that is crazy. Yeah, that is like stellar on the knowledge, my man. I know you said you brushed it up for the episode 2, but I am so excited for part 2, man. Johnny, let's jump immediately. I'm gonna write this time down, and we got minutes left before the train is leaving, and I am the conductor, so
let's go.
I gotta be cruising out of here. The Proverb Spotlight of the week, my friend. Weekly words of wisdom is inspired by the legendary Uncle Iroh, as you and everyone else out there who's been listening knows, is from the very first episode. The quote, obviously from Metal Gear Solid 2, 3. I read 2 for a second on there, and like my dyslexic mind. 3. It's Metal Gear Solid 2 Snake Eater, of course. Let me know if you know who says this quote. So then, what is an enemy? Actually, it's a quote, so I gotta put the voice back on.
Okay.
So then, what is an enemy? Is there such a thing as an absolute timeless enemy? There is no such thing, and never has been. The reason is that our enemies are human beings just like us. They can only be our enemy in relative terms. End quote.
So, can I have 2 guesses?
You get 1. We got to wrap.
Shit. All right, let's go with, I'm going to say Solidus for some reason.
Solidus.
Yeah.
It was actually your favorite war chick chief, the boss.
The boss.
Oh,
I thought you said MGS2. My bad, man.
Oh, I was memeing on you completely.
Okay.
That just went right over.
I went into it and got hit by the car.
It said MGS2 Snake Eater.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second. What?
Johnny, memes aside, let's wrap, my friends. That is a wrap for this week's episode of the Flash Brothers podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in and showing your love and support. We hope this was the highlight of your day this week. Johnny, this was absolutely such a highlight of last couple of weeks as I've been really playing this out. I'll be honest, man. Honored for you to be here.
Come on, dude.
No, dude.
Straight up, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
Yeah, no.
And
thank you for being a part of
honestly, I just want to talk about MGS and make sure people understand why people love this shit.
Yes, bro. It's very important, as I just learned. There's so much lore, and, you know, the mind of Kojima truly is absolutely, like, unparalleled. You know, this guy just is thinking of things and telling stories. Maybe you've, in the grand scheme of things, gotten like some version
like
of that
similar,
story, but you know, it's amazing.
It's got its own top hat,
definitely. You know, and I personally have never played all the way through any Kojima game, so this is gonna be a first for me too.
What one
taking on
have you played?
I've played a little bit of Death Stranding. I've played a little bit of Metal Gear Solid 4 and 5. That's it. Like just being at Caleb's place.
So that's why you knew the intro. Okay.
Yeah. Yes, he showed me that. Like and Rising. I've actually, Revengeance. Yeah.
But I just say Metal Gear Solid Rising.
Yeah. So let's wrap it right there.
Let's go.
Johnny, let's plug one last time. Don't forget to send your listener submissions for next week's episode to kick off the next episode of season 3, baby.
Let's go.
And if you would like, also just reply to our Spotify Q&As.
Is that
those
39?
are real simple. 20 is 37.
37.
It's on my notepad.
I was looking
my
right
friends,
at it.
patreon.com/flashbrospodcast, or just send us an email, flashbrospodcast@gmail.com. As always, thanks for cooking with me today. Johnny, appreciate you so much. You're the highlight of my week, baby. Grateful as hell for you, my brother. Hope you know. And last call, my friends. That is it. We're wrapping. We'll see you next week. Be safe, spread love, and enjoy your weekend.
Love you guys.